Sports Radio Network.
It's LSU. That's why I came here. You stare challenges in the face and you go do it.
1-1. Again, high and deep to left field, down the line towards the monster. It's gone!
What does that look like? Recruit, develop, win.
Big swing! Could it be? Will it be? It is! Tigers win! Tigers win! 4-3!
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball is on the air.
The pitch. Oh, strike three! Inside corner. Punched him out.
This is exclusive live coverage of Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Space hit into right. Coming in to score is Pearson, and the Tigers take a 10-9 lead. Hey now!
Brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Albertsons, the official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers. The powerhouse of college baseball plays here. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Now for the Cajun Country Rice on Deck Show. Cajun Country Rice. Rice from Louisiana farms to your table. Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball starts now. From inside the booth with the call of the game, here is the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
Another day trying to dodge the weather here in the Palmetto State. Going to try to sneak in 2 games today before the bottom falls out for the next 24 to 36 hours. The number 6 Gamecocks of South Carolina took game 1 last night and will host again today your number 1 ranked Fighting Tigers of LSU. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair along with Mr. LSU Baseball, Bill Franquez. Our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studios, Alondra Villarreal, welcoming you once again to Founders Park in downtown Columbia, South Carolina, for today's play-by-play story. Well, last night, Jay Johnson and the Tigers battled lightning in the skies and lightning at the plate as the Gamecocks had 8 hits last night, but 4 of those left the park, including 2 shots from freshman Ethan Petrie, who hit a 2-run shot, later a grand slam, eventually driving in 7 runs last night. A lightning delay in the top of the 4th inning halted the game for over an hour and also lifted Tigers starter and Game 1 ace Paul Skeens, who unfortunately suffered his first loss of the year. Today, Ty Floyd will have to successfully navigate around the hot bats from South Carolina, and the LSU offense will need to wake up after a very poor showing last night. So find your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage, the first of hopefully 2 games today in Columbia. It's South Carolina, it's LSU, and it's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Our Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors. Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Getting you ready for the first pitch of LSU baseball. We continue on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show. Time now to talk with Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
We're back here at Founders Park in Columbia. It's game 2 of the series between LSU and South Carolina. It's time for Talking with Tigers. We're joined now by LSU catcher Hayden Travinski. And Hayden, last night, a tough night, obviously, for the Tigers. The weather, a huge factor with the game being delayed for an hour. But your club came back and competed hard and fell short. Just your thoughts on the way the game played out last night.
It obviously wasn't the outcome that any of us expected nor wanted. However, we've shown a good ability this season after tough losses to make adjustments and come back the next day and put our focus into that game rather than what has already happened.
So you guys have been in this position before. A few weeks ago, Arkansas defeats you guys in game 1. You have to play a doubleheader the next day and win both games. What kind of mental focus is there? First of all, bouncing back after a loss and then realizing you need to focus for 18 straight innings.
I think a big part of it is the energy. Every day we come to the ballpark, we bring good energy to pick our guys up. Whether you're in the lineup or not, your job is to stay behind your guys and give them everything that you got for all 9, and in this case, all 18. And that's all we're focused on, pitch to pitch, not worrying about result, outcome. It's just focus on our task and then stick and move. That's it.
You, of course, are a veteran of this program, your 4th year here at LSU. Just your thoughts on the way this team has come together up to this point to get where it is.
It's special, you know. I mean, gone through coaching changes, everything along those lines. I think luckily we had the right group of people come together. Chemistry is one of our foundations as a team. We all get along, and I think obviously we've had some tough times in the past, but I think it's all a culmination of this program and this team this year.
Finally, Hayden, Ty Floyd, starting pitcher here in game 2 of the series. You, of course, have caught Ty many times. Just your thoughts on what makes him special and how he matches up today with South Carolina.
He's a competitor. He's got a good heater. He's going to attack, and I'm excited to see it today against a good lineup.
All right, we appreciate it very much. Good luck to you guys.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Bo.
Hayden Travinski with us here, talking with Tigers. We're getting set for game 2 of the series between LSU and South Carolina. More to come after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. The ammunition, unfortunately, was not stored separately. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. With safe gun storage, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love has no labels, and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one-small-step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
We are back on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show with LSU Fighting Tiger baseball on the way. First, time to take a trip around the SEC on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trying our best to get 2 games in here in Columbia, but things not looking great for the sustainability of today's action. Again, we'll get started first pitch just after 11 o'clock a.m. Central, 12 noon here local time. But looking at the radar, looks like around 2:30, 3 o'clock, things may turn dour. And again, trying their best to get the series in. We'll see. Keep our fingers crossed. Fans, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be a championship health partner of LSU. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Not the only early game here on Good Friday. Let's go around the SEC, presented by Visit Baton Rouge. We're ready, are you? With a look around the conference, once again, Mr. LSU Baseball, Bill Franquez. Bill?
All right, thanks so much, Chris. We'll go over our last night's scores. First of all, as 5 of the 7 series got underway last night. One starts today, and then one was postponed until today. So let's take a look at last night's action. First of all, in Tuscaloosa, Mississippi State defeated Alabama 12-8. Vanderbilt remained undefeated in the league. They're now 10-0 as they won at Missouri, edging Missouri by a score of 7-6. In Auburn last night, Texas A&M came from behind and defeated Auburn 9-5. Last night in Knoxville, Florida, with a Game 1 victory over Tennessee, Gators 6, Volunteers 1. Game 1 of the Arkansas-Ole Miss series in Oxford was postponed due to severe weather. They are trying to play 2 games today in Oxford. Also, the Kentucky-Georgia series wasn't scheduled to start until today. They're going to play a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in Athens. So Kentucky-Georgia will play Game 1 later today. So looking at the schedule for today, LSU and South Carolina scheduled to play 2 games. Arkansas and Ole Miss also scheduled to play 2, as are Texas A&M and Auburn. They're going to try to finish that series at Auburn today because of impending severe weather in the southeast region of the country. So Mississippi State and Alabama will play Game 2 today at noon Central Time. Game 1 of the A&M doubleheader at 1 o'clock Central. Then Arkansas and Ole Miss scheduled to play the first game of their doubleheader at 2 o'clock Central. Kentucky will face Georgia at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Texas A&M Auburn scheduled to play their second game at about 4:45 in the afternoon. Florida Tennessee will play Game 2 in Knoxville at 6 o'clock Central Time. Vanderbilt at Missouri tonight also at 6 Central. And then Arkansas and Ole Miss will try to play a second game at 6:30 this evening Central Time. So that's the way the schedule shakes out. Quick look at the standings. Vanderbilt in first place overall and in the East. Commodores 10-0 in the league. South Carolina in second place, both overall and in the East. Gamecocks are 9-1. Kentucky third place in the East at 8-1. Florida is 8-2. Then Tennessee 4-6. Missouri 3-7. Georgia 1-8. To round out the Eastern Division standings. In the West Division at this moment, Arkansas is in first place at 6-3. The Razorbacks have a half-game lead over LSU. Tigers now 6-4 after last night's loss here in Columbia. Texas A&M at third in the West at 4-6. Alabama and Auburn are 3-7. Mississippi State is 2-8, and Ole Miss is 1-8. Chris, and that's the way the standings shape up heading into today's action.
Thank you, Bill. Around the SEC, once again presented by Visit Baton Rouge. We're ready. Are you? Well, make sure you have the right equipment to take on any job. Link to the land. Visit Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, at sunequip.com. Coming up next on the Cajun Country Rice on Deck show, take a look at today's starting pitchers. Started out with a pretty good pitchers duel last night. Unfortunately, the lightning delay and the hour-plus stoppage in action lifted both Paul Skeens and Will Sanders, but Bill Franquez will be back to break down the matchup for the 2 starters today in Game 2. That's coming your way next here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details. Hey, Baton Rouge, don't go to just settle for boring old frozen pizza for dinner. Head over to Fat Boys Pizza, where size matters. Come check out their large pies that measure 30 inches across, but the number scarcely does it justice. When you see their 30-inch pie, your whole world got smaller, and your idea of pizza got bigger. From delicious pizza choices, chicken wings, garlic knots, and so much more, stop by Fat Boys Pizza, located on Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge, or visit them online at eatfatboyspizza.com. Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Leading you up to first pitch of LSU baseball. Back with more on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show. Time to break down the game's starting pitchers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Overcast skies here in Columbia. We'll update you on today's game day forecast. And unfortunately right now, for the duration of possible 2 games today, doesn't look good, but maybe Mother Nature will decide to be a college baseball fan. Let us get this series in on this Friday morning and afternoon. Tiger fans, remember all LSU Sports Radio Network broadcasts stream for free at lsusports.net, and you can access nearly 200 live events every athletic season. And of course, you can take us with you wherever you go with the LSU Sports mobile app presented by BASF. You can find the apps for free in the iTunes Store and Google Play. The LSU Sports mobile app presented by BASF. We create chemistry. You can also sync up the radio broadcast to your television viewing to get the call through the LSU lens with Mr. LSU Baseball, Bill Franquez. And Bill, speaking of, let's talk about the starting pitchers for today's game. Again, we hope we get both games in, but for LSU, it's important to play much better than they did in all phases of the game against the Gamecocks here in Game 2.
No, you're absolutely right, Chris. In fact, after the game, Jay Johnson said that offensively, the Tigers just didn't seem to be seeing the ball well against reliever James Hicks. So Hicks started the game when it resumed after that hour and 6-minute delay, and he was very effective, improving to 6-0 on the year. So Hicks got the win for the Gamecocks in relief. The Tigers will need to be more effective offensively today against Jack Mahoney, the South Carolina starting pitcher, another right-hander. He's a junior out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Mahoney is 6'3", 205 pounds, and he's a guy who's pitched very well this season for South Carolina. Again, we talked about it last night. I think their pitching staff is a little overlooked, but this is an outstanding pitching staff. All the arms we saw last night were very effective, and Mahoney has good numbers. He's 3-0 with a 2.72 ERA. That ERA ranks in the top 10 in the SEC. He's number 10 in the league in earned run average. This will be his 8th start of the season. He's worked 36 1/3 innings. He's given up 35 hits and 11 earned runs. He's walked 9 and struck out 38. He's allowing an opponent batting average of .250, but he's only allowed 1 home run all season. So taking a quick look at the scouting report on Jack Mahoney, he's another guy who can throw 4 pitches for strikes. That seems to be a characteristic of this Carolina pitching staff. They come at you with a variety of pitches and arm angles. His fastball, 92 to 96 miles per hour, also works in a slider at 84 to 88, throws a change at 83 to 86, and a curveball at 79 to 82 miles per hour. He's a guy who really comes at you with his fastball, a guy who's very aggressive and will challenge hitters. So we look forward to LSU taking on Jack Mahoney here this afternoon in Game 1. On the mound for LSU, Ty Floyd. Ty also having a strong season, 5-0 on the year, a 2.87 ERA. This will be his 8th appearance, his 6th start of the season Floyd, in 31 1/3 innings, has allowed 18 hits and 10 earned runs. He's walked 10 and struck out 36. He's allowing just a 164 opponent batting average, which ranks number 2 in the SEC. The only guy with a better opponent batting average is Paul Skeens. Skeens is allowing just an average of 130. Ty Floyd allowing an opponent batting average of 164. One thing to watch, though, Ty does tend to give up the home run. He leads the LSU staff in most home runs allowed. He's given up 6 so far this season. And we saw last night the way South Carolina can swing the bats. 76 home runs on the year, which leads the nation. They hit 4 last night. Half of their 8 hits were home runs in last night's win. So Floyd obviously will have to be cognizant of that, keep the ball down, and give LSU's offense a chance maybe to get out to a lead, and Ty can get into a groove and pitch the way he's capable of pitching. He was very effective last week against Tennessee. Got off to a rough start, but once he settled in, he was able to pitch the Tigers to victory. So we look forward to Ty Floyd versus Jack Mahoney here this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Bill. That's a look at the starting pitchers. Again, for the Gamecocks, junior right-hander Jack Mahoney. For the Tigers, junior right-hander Ty Floyd. Up next, we visit with head coach Jay Johnson, getting ready for Game 2 of this series. LSU on the road, taking on South Carolina here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is Richard Zuslaw, CEO of Acadian Ambulance Service. On behalf of all the Acadian employee owners, please be careful while driving. Always use your seatbelt and never text and drive.
Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit solarsupplyluxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
The LSU Tigers excel due to great preparation, talent, and execution. Those same principles are what make National Trench Safety the leader in the trench safety equipment industry. National Trench Safety is recognized across the country as the trench and traffic safety specialist, supporting the equipment rental and engineering needs for the refining, chemical, pipeline, power, transportation, and municipal market. Visit ntsafety.com today for more details. Remember, if it's in the trench, over the trench, or around the trench, National Trench Safety has you covered. Go Tigers! Tigers are your team, and Super One Foods is your grocery store. They offer super low prices from the moment you walk in their door, starting with the hottest deals on their famous wall of values. You'll get super savings on fresh produce, meat cut fresh daily, and all of your favorite brands throughout the store. Shop Super One Foods online or in store for super low prices on game day and every day. Go Tigers and go Super One Foods.
This is Richard Zuslaw, CEO of Acadian Ambulance Service. On behalf of all the Acadian employee owners, please be careful while driving. Always use your seatbelt and never text and drive.
As we continue on the Cajun Country Rice on Deck Show, it's time to visit with the top Tiger. This visit with LSU skipper Jay Johnson, presented by Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics, on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
For 2 games today, obviously trying to dodge the weather since arriving here in Columbia. Last night, game 1, really a game of tough luck, if you will. Again, you get the game started. Paul Skeens, you knew it was going to be an aggressive Gamecock hitting club, but really impressed by him going to the breaking ball, getting it over for strikes, really settled down, and suddenly a lightning delay, and both starting pitchers were done.
Yeah, it's unfortunate timing. If I could control the weather, I would be a lot better at a lot of things probably. But you tip your hat to South Carolina. I mean, Wimmer's a good player. Petrie's obviously a really good player, and they got 2 good swings off on him that nobody's been able to do yet. To Paul's credit, he found another way to get outs and would have liked to have been able to keep him in the game. Just wasn't possible with that long delay.
Let's talk about the South Carolina pitching staff. A lot is made of their offense for good reason. Last night, Sanders, just like Skeens, pretty good start. Then he shut down. They go to the bullpen. What did you see from the Gamecock staff against LSU at the plate?
Yeah, they do a good job sinking the ball, which is a little different than most teams that we play. And, credit them for executing pitches. I feel like we could take better at bats. I feel like we have take better at bats. I think we will take better at bats. And so I'm going to give credit to them on this one, and I'm going to expect our players to be better today.
I want to mention Will Helmers, by the way. He had to go finish the game for you, and again, gives you an opportunity to keep some arms for these 2 games today. And hopefully if things go well for the Tigers, we're going to look back and say, hey, yeoman's job by Will out there on the mound.
Yeah, it's the second time he's done that, and the last time he did it, it paid dividends for us. Again, weird situation. You're not planning on being down on a game that much that Paul Skeens is pitching, which really didn't have anything to do with him, but the delay. And I think we're locked and loaded for a good day with 2 good starters, full bullpen. They need to execute pitches, though, as South Carolina proved yesterday. I'm very, very much looking forward to the pitching staff getting after the strike zone today.
You mentioned South Carolina pitching, keeping it low in the zone. We know that Ty Floyd's got an electric fastball, really improved with his breaking pitch. How important is it against South Carolina to keep it low?
Yeah, he's going to have to land the breaking ball today to get him off the fastball. They have a very clear-cut approach, in my opinion. They are selling out to one pitch in one spot, and when they get it, they usually hit it. And it'll be important for Ty to execute down in the zone. He's got to mix his pitches for strikes, too, to get him off the fastball. And, he might give up 1 or 2. It's our offense's job to keep pace. It's our defense's job to support him. We win as a team, and, we haven't lost much, but last night we lost as a team. So just looking forward to the whole group being better today.
Lastly, Coach, what did you tell the guys? Doubleheader, on the road, SEC play. How did they prepare for today's action? Yeah,
I think this is about mental toughness, and I think we have a mentally tough team. I think we have a talented team, but they're going to get tested a little bit. I got somebody that came at them didn't give a rat's rear about who we are or what our reputation is, and it's their job to respond. And that doesn't mean sticking your chest out. It just staying to your fundamentals, competing at a high level, and playing with really good mental toughness. And it's going to be a long day, and there's going to be disruptions with the weather. We have to be mentally tough. But if we want to be the team that we all want us to be, it's got a chance to be a really good day for us, and that's part of this thing, and I'm looking forward to it.
No doubt, Coach. Going to be a long day, but certainly hopefully a good day for the good guys. Best of luck. Get after them.
Thanks, Chris.
Head Coach Jay Johnson, everybody. His thoughts on today's doubleheader action here from Columbia. We'll take a timeout, get the starting lineups, get you set for Game 2 of the series. LSU at South Carolina on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. You out-salesman to the salesman. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll have the info you need to get more for your future. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to speeding past financial challenges, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
First pitch of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball is just moments away. Time now for the starting lineups. Presented by Cintas. Proudly helping Louisiana business stay clean, safe, and ready for the workday for over 40 years. On the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Quickly taking a look at the Cintas starting lineup for today's Game 2 for South Carolina. 28-3, an impressive 9-1 in SEC play. They took last night's game by a final of 13-5. Braylon Wimmer again will lead it off. The senior shortstop batting .339. Had a solo home run in last night's game. Gavin Casas will be at first base, a junior hitting .300. Ethan Petrie was incredible last night, has been all season. The right fielder, a true freshman, hitting .445, 15 home runs, including 2 last night. Cole Messina, the sophomore, behind the plate catching will be the cleanup hitter. Dylan Brewer in left field will bat 5th. Talmadge LaCroix will bat 6th. Carson Horning with the DH will be in the 7th spot. Michael Braswell of second baseman bats 8th, and Evan Stone in center field will bat 9th. Now for your Tigers, 25-5, 6-4 in the SEC. Gavin Dugas to lead it off. The senior hitting .344. He'll play second base. Trey Morgan in left field will bat second. A junior batting .320. Dylan Cruz will be in center field batting 3rd. Tommy White, the cleanup hitter, will be at third base. Kate Beloso again the DH in the 5 spot. Jared Jones batting 6th, playing first base. Jordan Thompson batting 7th at shortstop. Brady Neal behind the plate catching 8th. And Paxton Kling will get a start in right field. He'll bat 9th. First pitch, game 2 of this series coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original seasoning is Manda's strong side, but it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like...
I'm going to need you to just bring it back. No bumper.
Gotcha.
Well, how we get so far behind.
Across the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Go.
Welcome back, everybody, here on this Friday, Good Friday 2023. We get set for Game 2 of the series. Hopefully, Game 1 of the day as South Carolina and LSU do battle. Trying to play 2 today to wrap up this series with impending weather on its way to the Palmetto State Capitol. Gavin Dugas to lead it off, and the first pitch, a strike to make it 0-1. Time of first pitch, 12:02 local time, 11:02 Central Time. Dugas stands in, 0-1 the count. Jack Mahoney delivers, foul tap, rolls to the backstop, and it's 0-2 to Dugas. Gavin last night 0 for 3 at the plate for the Tigers. Again, as Jay Johnson mentioned, Tigers going to need to be a little more aggressive, find a way to hit the baseballs. This pitch from Mahoney just missed the outside corner. Mahoney thought he had strike 3. A good eye by Dugas, and that'll make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy. In fact, as we begin play, this pitch just missed high at the letters. Another good take, as Dugas putting a lot of faith in the hands of home plate umpire John Brammer. Mahoney, the 2-2, up around eye level, backs off Dugas, and suddenly, after going behind 0-2, it's a full count, 3-2. Mahoney looks in, gets the sign, payoff delivery. Going to hit the end of the bat. They'll say it's a fair ball as it rolls on the infield grass, and it's been that kind of weekend. As Mahoney picks it up, tosses to first to Casas, and Dugas is out. Dugas, ball came inside. He was not going to swing on it. Hit the knob on the bottom of the bat, Bill, the way I saw it. Looking at the replay here, he loaded the bat, but then thought it was going to hit him, and then it just hit the bottom of the bat. Rolled fair on the infield grass, and the Gamecocks make a play on the 1-3 put out. 1 gone. Here's Trey Morgan. First delivery, a strike. Inner half of the plate. Fastball at 92, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, you're right. That play sort of epitomizes what LSU has experienced so far in this series.
The 0-1. High and outside to Morgan. Trey last night 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts. Mahoney's 1-1 delivery. That's another strike on the inside corner. And Trey Morgan struck out twice last night. One, a very controversial call that was up around the chin that was ruled a strike. The other, very similar to that pitch, in on the hands on the inner part. Here's a line drive, and out of the reach of Braswell at second base. It will land in right field as Morgan picks up his first hit of the series. And you hear Jay Johnson challenging this ball club last night, this morning, and just prior to the game, that offensively they have to be the aggressor. Last night, the top of the order, really 1 through 5, not very effective against South Carolina's pitching staff. Of course, some of that, Bill, you got to tip your cap to the Gamecocks, but LSU did not look as aggressive. Had a lot of caught lookings that you rarely see with this ball club. As we'll see Cruz, ground ball to third. They'll say foul off the top of the plate, so it'll move to 0-1. Even Dylan Cruz last night eventually began a new hit streak.
That's right. After
the 26-game streak was snapped on Tuesday against Nichols. Able to get aboard on a ground ball deep in the hole at shortstop. But nonetheless, an infield single. But that came late in the game. Look to see Dylan get started a little earlier here. Maybe follow suit from Trey Morgan. One out and a runner on. 0-1, the pitch from Mahoney. There's a strike. Letter high, outer half of the plate. Again, the outside and inside corners look to be in play today for John Bramer, our home plate umpire. Derek Molika at first base, Alfredo Burkeen at second, and David Savage down the line at third. 0-2 to Cruz. Fastball misses low from Mahoney. It's 1-2.
You're right that the Tigers, it seemed like after the rain delay, LSU wasn't as aggressive at the plate. Looked like they were seeing the ball pretty well early against starter Will Sanders, but Hicks, the reliever, who pitched when the game resumed, but was very effective against the Tigers.
1-2 to Cruz. Inside and got him. Yep, home plate umpire agreeing with Dylan Cruz. He was hit by a pitch. Second time Dylan's been hit by a pitch. He reached base early in last night's game, wearing one. He'll wear one here, and that'll put runners first and second. So LSU, again with the base hit by Trey Morgan with one out. Now Dylan Cruz aboard. It'll be Tommy White. White last night 0 for 2. Also was hit by a pitch, able to reach base. But with runners on, the Tigers have to convert on the road. South Carolina certainly did last night. First pitch to Tommy. Misses outside, too far off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, the fastball from Mahoney early on, 92, 93 mile an hour. He works in the breaking ball that tails away from right-handed hitters. Runners take their lead first and second. The 1-0 to White. Big swing, mile high into the air, foul territory, first base side. Casas thought he had room, but the wind going to carry it about 4 rows into the seats out of play, and it's 1-1 to Tommy Tanks.
Tommy White entering this series as the nation's leader in RBI with 50 on the year. Coming into today's game, he is hitting .469 with runners in scoring position, 23 for 49. An opportunity here to give the Tigers a lead.
1 ball, 1 strike. Mahoney fires. And on the hands and popped up. Shallow right center field. Braswell, the second baseman, going out, and he will make the play for out number 2. Bill thought about it last night, got back to the hotel, really felt like, as we pointed out, after that lightning delay, maybe not as much energy from the Tigers in all phases of the game. And I really felt like not a lot of energy from you and I here in the booth for that 4 through 9 innings. So we're going to have to raise the level here today.
I agree. I'm feeling better right now, though. I feel like this is going to be a different outcome.
Well, let's see. As Cade Beloso stands in, 2 outs. Breaking ball from Mahoney in for a strike. 0-1. Morgan with a 1-out single to right field. Dylan Cruz hit by a pitch. He's down at first.
Beloso gave the Tigers some energy late last night. 2-run homer in the 8th inning.
Beloso, the DH, once again today. Left-handed hitter facing right-handed pitching. Breaking ball at the knees, inner half, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Runners off of first and second with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Foul back by Beloso to stay alive into the backstop. Fans, today's game brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Coca-Cola, People's Health, and Hancock-Whitney. Not near as big a crowd as we saw last night, of course, with the game moved up to 11 o'clock. But the faithful Gamecocks are here, and they're trying to make some noise. The 0-2 to Beloso. Called strike 3. Again, too close to not make an attempt. And Beloso down on strikes. Mahoney records his first K, and LSU strands 2 runners at first and second. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on. We've played a half inning, no score. Gamecocks coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
We head to the home half of the first inning. No score. South Carolina coming to the plate. It'll be Wimmer, Casas, and Petrie to lead things off for Coach Mark Kingston and the Gamecocks. Remember, Capital One offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Tigers strand 2 in the top half of the first inning. Now Ty Floyd, as I mentioned earlier, will try to navigate a very potent offense for South Carolina, starting with the leadoff hitter Braylon Wimmer. Wimmer last night 2 for 3, drove in 2 runs, scored 3 runs in that 13-5 victory. First pitch to Wimmer from Floyd. Fastball high and outside, 1-0. You heard Jay Johnson, Bill, mention it to us in the clubhouse. It's got to come down to locating the breaking pitch. It was the first 0-1 pitch in the air, right center field. Dylan Cruz coming over, but Paxton Kling is there, and the right fielder makes the play with plenty of room in right. And there's 1 gone. Again, fastball, if you're going to rely on it, he's got a little movement on it, but he's got to keep it low in the zone because a pop fly at Alec Box can turn into a home run here at Founders Park. Secondly, that breaking pitch is going to have to be located to keep them honest, keep them a little off balance. As now we'll see Casas, the first pitch going to hit him.
Ty does need to work his breaking pitches in today because this South Carolina team, as we saw last night, they're not intimidated by velocity. 2 of their home runs were off 99-mile-per-hour fastballs from Paul Skeens, and Skeens was doing a nice job of working his breaking pitches in. And of course, his outing was cut short by that lightning delay.
So Ethan Petrie, the hero for last night for South Carolina, a dynamic freshman right fielder, will come to the plate. Runner on, 1 down. Floyd fires. It's high. They appeal. They say no. Stayed back. It's 1-0. Jay Johnson said it. South Carolina, an aggressive team. They're looking for the fastball. They'll go after the fastball. Last night, as good as Paul Skeens was, throwing near 100 miles an hour, Petrie took one out of here at 99. Here's a swing and a miss. Nice breaking pitch that dropped inside to the right-hander, and it's 1-1.
Petrie batting .445 on the year. He's number 3 in the SEC in batting average. And among the leaders in several offensive categories.
Casas at first. Here's the 1-1 way upstairs as Brady Neal climbs the ladder, pulls it down. It's 2-1. Again, not much wind. Saw a little bit last night. For the most part, a slight breeze blowing out here, which is the last thing you need if you're Ty Floyd. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, but too low. Petrie had ideas, but wisely stayed away, and now a 3-1 count. Danger zone here for Ty Floyd.
Petrie had 8 RBI in last night's game. He's now tied with Tommy White for the SEC lead.
3-1. Inside high ball 4. Now a hit batter and a base on balls. This is exactly what South Carolina did last night. The ability to get men on in the heart of the order coming to the plate. It'll be Cole Messina. Now Messina last night was 0 for 5. Bats .303 on the year. .352 with runners in scoring position this year. Righty on righty matchup here is Floyd. Starting to dig a little hole here early in the bottom of the first inning. With one away, the pitch. Outside, missing ball 1.
This is a right-handed dominated lineup for South Carolina. 6 right-handers, just 3 lefties in their batting order.
Casas at first, Petrie, or rather Casas at second, Petrie at first. And now Floyd misses with this offering. 2 balls, no strikes to Messina.
Floyd has to establish the ability to throw strikes with his breaking ball. He hasn't done it yet.
2-0, missed high. Throw down from Neal, but getting back to the second base bag will be Casas. Mentioned Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz named to the midseason Golden Spikes watch list. So were Gavin Casas and freshman outfielder Ethan Petrie. As now we have a little conversation going on.
Yeah, Jay Johnson's wondering why that wasn't called a strike. It looked like Messina offered on the pitch, so it was high, and Jay wanted an appeal, and the umpire seemed resistant to do that. And now Jay's letting him have it a little bit.
Yeah, that was, I thought it was odd. There was a late yield down to first base to see if he went around. It was pretty obvious that he did, which again I took for granted, and that's my apologies. I thought for sure he went around in the throw to second, and then somehow they ruled it ball 3, 3-0, and Jay Johnson's got a good case. And I'll be honest with you, if I had to guess, I think John Brammer, Derek Molika down at first, got caught up with the throw to second.
You're exactly
and
right.
Completely got out of sync. So the 3-0. There's a strike at the belt to make it 3-1.
Yeah, when Molika was asked for his interpretation, he gave a very timid
kind of a
ball call.
I don't know. Here's the 3-1. Foul back into the screen. Fastball from Floyd. That'll fill the count 3-2. Again, Jay has constantly said with the new rules, pitch clock, batters having to stand in, the replays, his biggest concern was adding more on the plate to the umpires, especially the home plate umpire, whose main job is calling balls and strikes. That one fouled back by Molina. Still keeps it full 3-2.
Yeah, Jay, not a huge fan of the speed up rules for a number of reasons, but that makes a lot of sense. He doesn't want the umpires to be distracted, and perhaps that was a case where the umps were a little distracted.
3-2. Hammered to left center field. Morgan on his way back on the run. He's got it at the track. And both runners have to retreat back to second and first. Fantastic play covering real estate in left field as Morgan had to go a long way. Cruz was not going to be able to get there, and it was Morgan on an island and Trey able to get to it. Sensational play to keep the runners first and second and record Bill the second out of the inning.
And when that left the bat of Messina, thought that was 2 runs for sure into the gap in left center field, but Trey sprints to his left and makes the backhanded grab.
Former defensive back with an INT. This pitch from Floyd misses outside to Dylan Brewer. Brewer last night for the Gamecocks. Also a pretty good night. 2 for 4, 3 runs scored, drove in a run. Floyd trying to find out number 3 with runners first and second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off speed. Strike just below the belt. 1-1. Floyd looks in, now looks back to second. The right-hander, the 1-1. Breaking ball hammered, one hopper, snagged by Jared Jones at first. And the freshman steps on the bag for out number 3. So Trey Morgan, sometimes a first baseman, made an incredible play in left. And Jared Jones, sometimes a first baseman, snags a one hopper down the line at first. And the Gamecocks come away no runs, no hits, and they leave 2 men on. We are scoreless after 1. Top of the second coming up. Tigers have Jones, Thompson, and Neal on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors.
Excuse me, do you know the average time of one full inning at an LSU baseball game?
10 minutes. Half an hour?
I think 45 minutes. Actually, one inning in baseball lasts about 20 minutes. Any idea how long it takes to complete a mortgage application?
I'm going to go with an hour and a half. I think it's about 2 hours.
Probably a couple days.
Actually, at Assurance Financial, you can apply for a mortgage in less time than one inning. Wow. Find out more. Visit them at AssuranceMortgage.com. That's AssuranceMortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 70876.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Jared Jones making a sensational play at first base to end the inning. There in the bottom of the first inning will lead it off for LSU here in the top of the second. Scoreless in Columbia. First pitch, a called strike. The 0-1 absolutely tattooed but foul down the left field line. That one may have hit your rental car, Bill.
Yeah, I imagine it definitely went in that direction.
We're parked over there in the green grass outside the left field wall. The 0-2, a fastball from Mahoney, misses outside. That'll make it 1-2 to Jones. Jared last night 1 for 4, did score a run. Mahoney's 1-2 pitch. Again, missing outside, this time with a breaking ball. Evens a count 2-2.
Jared singled in the 7th inning of last night's game, scored on Jordan Thompson's home run.
Two-two pitch to Jones. Swing in the air and towards the seats in right. Out of play. Ooh, just about. Caught a Gamecock fan there standing on the concourse. No harm, however. Still 2-2 to Jones. Defensive shift to the left. 3 infielders left of second base to the right-hander. 2-2 as Jones fights it off. Spoils a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Mahoney, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's the most velocity we've seen from Mahoney so far on that fastball.
Two. Check swing on a pitch high and inside. Luckily caught the bat, not Jones. It's foul. Remains 2-2. As now Jones wants see if he wants a new bat or just wants to get, he just wants to get a little extra there to hold on to the bat a little bit, get it on his glove. So
Mahoney this year 1-0 in SEC games. This is his 4th SEC start. He started in all the conference weekends. 2.35 ERA in conference games.
2-2 called strike three. Beautiful breaking ball that Jones thought was going to break outside the plate, but just had a small break Bennett enough to record the strikeout, his second for the Gamecock starter. And there's one away, and we'll see Jordan Thompson. Thompson last night, our Cintas player of the game, had an error to start the game that led to a 2-0 lead for South Carolina, but came back able to drive in 3 runs, including a 2-run homer late in last night's contest in the 7th inning to basically, Bill, help keep LSU from being run ruled. 1-0 to Thompson. Breaking ball again from Mahoney, dialed in at the knees, and it's 1-1.
That's true. There wasn't much to like about last night's game for LSU, but I did like the fact the Tigers continued to compete until the very last out.
This breaking ball comes in high at the letters. That'll make it 2-1 to Thompson. Again, Jordan 2 for 4, 3 ribbies, 1 run scored. 2-1 pitch. Foul tap straight into the plate. And it's 2-2. Again, a warm day here. Muggy day in South Carolina. Again, the weather in South Carolina not all that different from South Louisiana when it comes to heat and humidity. So the Tigers certainly used to that. It's 70, now make it 80 degrees. Again, mostly cloudy. Checking the radar. Game day forecast presented by AccuTemp Services. It looks like around 3 o'clock we can see the wet stuff. The 2-2 again fouled off by Thompson. If you remember, Bill, last night in the 7th inning, very similar. Jordan, several foul balls to stay alive. Eventually got the pitcher and Hicks to make a mistake, and he was able to drive him out of the ballpark. So with 1 out and a 2-2 count, the pitch way upstairs. That'll fill it up now. 3-2.
Up to that point, Hicks had been nearly unhittable against LSU, and Jordan was able to get that breakthrough home run against him.
No score. Top of the 2nd. Nobody on. Here's a payoff pitch. Fouled back behind us. Still 3-2. Tiger fans, remember StubHub, the easiest way to experience every Tiger game. Check the virtual view, score your seats, get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. Thompson ready to go. Mahoney's payoff delivery pops him up. Shallow left field, going back Wimmer, the shortstop, and he will get there in time and make the play for out number 2. That time they had Brewer playing deep in left field. That was Wimmer's play, nobody else, and the shortstop able to make it. And now we'll see Brady Neal. Neal, the left-handed hitter, starting catcher, an 0 for 3 last night. First pitch from Mahoney. Misses low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Brady's done a nice job all year of getting on base. He has 20 walks on the season, which is second only to Dylan Cruz on the LSU club.
1-0. Strike at the letters off speed. 1-1. Now after a 1-1 count, they'll bring Talmadge LaCroix, the third baseman, move him right of second base. The extreme shift here with Wimmer, the lone man left side as Neal wraps the bat into this one, but foul down the line and into the seats and right. 1-2 the count with 2 down. Mahoney looks in. The pitch to the left-hander. Knew it was coming. Messina, the catcher, set up inside, and Neal caught looking with strike 3. Mahoney knew it too. He was off and sprinting to the dugout when he let the ball go. Third strikeout for Mahoney, and the Tigers come up empty-handed. They go in order here in the top of the 2nd. Still no score. Gamecocks coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's 4 a.m. Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Bottom of the second, scoreless in Columbia. Talmadge LaCroix, the Gamecock third baseman, will lead it off. Right-handed hitter. First pitch low from Floyd. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled. Bouncer down the third base line. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ty Floyd with wins in each of his last 2 SEC starts over Arkansas and Tennessee.
1-1. Fastball at 94, but missing upstairs. 2-1 the count.
Both of those wins, he gave up some early runs, but then settled in and pitched very effectively.
2-1 to LaCroix. And on the hands, missing ball 3. 3-1. Now both teams early in this game have had runners aboard. Both teams runners first and second. But not able to find that key hit. LaCroix awaits, and the 3-1, ball 4. So Ty Floyd, the second base on balls, also hit a batter, and that will get the leadoff man aboard for South Carolina. Again, with this lineup, the way they hit the baseball, especially here at home, you're juggling a lit match and dynamite when you keep putting runners on base.
This team has not lost a game at home this year. They are 19-0 here in Founders Park.
That'll bring the DH Hornung to the plate. First pitch to the left-hander outside, and it's 1-0. Hornung 0 for 2 last night. Fastball, strike on the inside corner at 94 from Floyd. That'll even it up 1-1. Runner at first, the 1-1 pitch, off speed and way out in front is Hornung. He's behind in the count 1-2.
Tiger defense playing Hornung up the middle as Thompson, the shortstop, is almost directly behind second base.
Runner at first, nobody out. Floyd ahead in the count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two from Floyd. Just missed inside at the knees. That'll fill the count now, 3-2. LaCroix takes his lead off of first. Floyd glances over the shoulder. Now the payoff delivery in the air. Down the line in left, but will drop foul. Take a bounce into the seats. Another 3-2 pitch coming up. Nobody out, runner on, no score. Payoff pitch, low, ball 4. Another free pass will put runners first and second. The second straight inning for South Carolina and make things very difficult here on Ty Floyd, and that'll bring Wes Johnson, the pitching coach, out to visit with the junior right-hander.
Not something we've seen from Ty so far this season. inability to throw strikes. 4 free passes now, 3 walks and a hit batter. No damage yet, but first and second and nobody out. Ty's definitely working into a danger zone right here.
Well, I mentioned it last night. Get to the bottom of this order. They're not automatic outs. Very good hitters, but you have to find a way to get them out. If you put them on base and you flip the top of this order with Wimmer, Casas, and certainly Petrie, you are extreme danger.
So Braswell at the plate. See if Kingston wants him to lay it down or swing away.
So Braswell, the big second baseman, stands in with runners first and second. Nobody out. Squares the bunt, pops it up, but right to Ty Floyd. And luckily for the Gamecocks, they knew it and got back to the bag, second and first. But they record 1 out. So Braswell unable to do his job with the bunt. That'll bring us to the number 9 hitter, Evan Stone. Stone batting .237 on the year. Last night was 0 for 4, did get aboard and scored a run. And LaCroix at second, Hornung on a walk at first. Still just 1 out. Fastball misses outside from Ty Floyd, 1-0. Floyd checks the runners. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Down in the zone at 94 miles an hour. Able to get Stone to chase. One ball, 1 strike to the Gamecock center fielder. Here's one. Swung on and fouled to the screen. And now Floyd ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still a ways to go, Bill, but certainly can start to see some daylight if
he's got a chance.
Floyd can retire Evan Stone. Runners first and second, still just 1 out. Scoreless here in this game. 1-2. Stays alive, sends this one to the seats just beyond the first base dugout. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans get low rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer. Test drive a Kubota today. Bottom of the second. Scoreless ball game. Runners first and second, and the pitch missing high to Stone, and that'll move the count 2-2.
Floyd having to work hard so far in this game. He's past the 35 pitch mark already.
2-2 delivery. Missed high and inside. Now a full count. And again with 1 out, number 9 hitter, .237 average, and you've got Wimmer atop the order standing on deck.
Huge pitch right here. He cannot let Stone get away.
Payoff pitch. Missed high and inside, ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Again, that looked high and inside from our vantage point. Ty Floyd looked to be a little upset he didn't get the strike call, but not sure that one was in for strike 3. Nonetheless, top of the order in Wimmer. Flight out to Paxton Kling, his first time up. Breaking ball, nicely done by Floyd across the plate. Make it 0-1. Wimmer, a .336 hitter. Batting .600 with the bases loaded this season. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses low and away. Wimmer not chasing. 1-1.
He's also hitting .400 when he has an RBI opportunity.
Nowhere to put Wimmer. The 1-1. Missed low and outside. That fastball off the mark. Behind in the count now, Ty Floyd, 2-1. Again, you look at last night's line, Bill, 13-5, and while they did have 4 home runs, free passes were really the big story. allow the Gamecocks to get those 13 runs on just 8 hits. This one fouled back off the bat of Wimmer to even the count 2-2.
8 hits in last night's game, but also 8 walks issued by LSU pitching. And that, of course, was a big contributor to Carolina's offensive output.
So with the bases loaded here, 2-2 count, just 1 out. Wimmer at the plate. Pitch, breaking ball, just getting a piece, a slow roller to the third base dugout. Keeps Wimmer alive.
Also 4 hit batters last night by LSU pitching, so there were 12 free passes issued. South Carolina certainly took advantage. And they have an opportunity to do the same right now, but Floyd trying to get out of this.
2-2 pitch, fastball, missing badly high and outside. Now a full count. Again, nowhere to put Braylon Wimmer. He's going to be looking fastball if it's across the plate. With the bases loaded. Ty Floyd with the biggest pitch of the game. Payoff delivery, breaking ball, swing and a miss. He fooled Wimmer. And Ty Floyd, with his first Super One Food strikeout, records the second out of the inning. Big pitch by Ty Floyd.
Wow, what a pitch by Floyd. Looked like the changeup that he's worked so hard on perfecting. And he had Wimmer way out in front. Still a lot of work to do, though, as Casas, a very dangerous hitter, number 2 in the league in home runs this year.
Time called is
strike 1.
Yep, strike 1 on Casas as he took forever to get his gloves and his wristbands and his stance left side of the batter's box. And home plate umpire John Brammer said, strike 1. So it's 0-1 to get it started. And Floyd going to hit him on the next pitch, and that'll bring in a run. Gamecocks lead 1-0.
And that will get the LSU bullpen active. Several pitchers running out to the bullpen in left center field. Man, just to look like Ty had a chance to get out of this. Gets that strike 1 call, but then hits Casas on the next pitch. Casas now has been hit twice. And that's 6 free passes issued already by Floyd.
Baseball giveth and baseball taketh away. Got the gift to get ahead 0-1, then hit the batter, brings in a run. It's 1-0 South Carolina. And now you must face Ethan Petrie, still with the bases loaded. First pitch from Floyd. Fastball 96, but missing outside to the right-hander. It's 1-0. Hornung at third, Stone at second, Casas at first base. 1-0 to Petrie. And there's a strike at the letters to even it up 1-1. Another fastball at 94, so Floyd whipping him in there. But at some point, Petrie's going to be looking for that fastball. They keep it up or down in the zone. Here's the 1-1. Going to hit him. That'll bring in another run. Looked like he was trying to get the breaking ball, just didn't have the right grip. Lost it as soon as he let it go. And it is now 2-0 South Carolina, and they are doing it without touching the baseball with the bat.
The only ball that has been put in play was the pop-up bunt by Braswell. And yet, the Gamecocks have 2 runs and the bases loaded.
So with 2 outs, the bases loaded. Cole Messina, 300 hitter, also plenty of power in the bat. Batting .333 with the bases loaded. First pitch, fastball for a strike, 0-1. Messina flied out to left field in the first inning on a great play by Trey Morgan. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Top shelf fastball from Floyd at 95, and he's ahead 0-2. I see you, Ty. Get fired up.
Griffin Herring, the lefty, is warming for LSU. Ty needs to end this right now.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Gamecocks lead 2-0. The 0-2 in the air to right field. Going to get down fair. Into the corner it goes. That's going to bring in Stone. That's going to bring in Casas. They're waving Petrie around. The throw to the plate. Neal scoops it up, tags him out. Out number 3. Gamecocks with 2 outs, getting a little aggressive, but Why not? They now lead 4-0 as they get their first hit of the game to right field, scoring 2. So it's now a 4-0 Gamecock lead. Top of the third coming up. LSU will have Kling, Dugas, and Morgan due up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's good to be able to make a change, to never feel stuck. That's why at Cox, we're making a change too. Now Cox internet plans are flexible, so you can choose to just go with internet, add TV tomorrow, or home automation down the line. It's easier than ever to get just what you want and nothing you don't. Flexible plans from Cox. Change anytime. No commitments, no penalties. See for yourself at cox.com/internet. Additional services can be added at then current regular rates. All services subject to residential customer service agreement and acceptable use policy. Restrictions apply.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tigers give the Gamecocks a 4 spot there in the bottom of the second inning. Gamecocks put the bat on the ball once, 1 hit. But free passes get the first 2 runs by way of walk with the bases loaded. They lead 4-0 here as Paxton Kling leads it off. The first pitch from Mahoney is strike. Kling with limited at bats in SEC play swings and sends this one to left center field, but getting over is Evan Stone, and the Gamecock center fielder has it shy of the track for out number 1. This inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text home run to 31996. Get your AC system checked. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Jack Mahoney continues to pitch very effectively for South Carolina. In 2 1/3 innings, he's allowed just 1 hit. That was the first inning single by Trey Morgan. He has no walks, 3 strikeouts. He's thrown 44 pitches so far. All 3 of his strikeouts have been looking.
So we'll see top of the order Gavin Dugas. Took a little time getting out of the dugout. The first pitch for Mahoney just off the plate outside. It's 1-0. Dugas grounded out on a very strange play. Pitch inside at the hands. He was trying to get out of the way, and the bottom of the bat hit the ball, and it rolled softly right of the mound. Picked up by Mahoney for the 1-3 putout. The 2-0. Misses low. Now 3 balls, no strikes to Dugas. Gavin looks into the dugout. Do I have the green light? We'll see here. Tigers down 4-0. 1 out here in the top of the third. 3-0. Take was on, and it's a strike. 3-1. Now for sure you can load up, get something you like, get something going offensively. 3-1. That's a strike on the outside corner.
Mahoney doing a fantastic job up to this point of changing speeds, mixing his pitches.
Pitch low and inside. Ball 4. Good eye by Dugas on a 1-out walk as Mahoney gives up his first base on balls. And with 1 out, we'll see Trey Morgan. Morgan 1 for 1. Got the lone hit for LSU. It was a base hit in the first inning, but he was left stranded at second base. So Dugas now at first. Tigers down 4-0 here early in this one. Pitch to Morgan. Swings for the fences, but comes up empty, 0-1.
The lefty Griffin Herring continues to warm in the LSU bullpen, so it does appear we'll see him to start the bottom of the third.
Mahoney from the stretch. The 0-1 to Morgan. There's a strike outer half of the plate. He falls behind 0-2. He said 3 caught looking today and 3 caught looking last night for LSU at the plate. Morgan caught looking twice last night. Here's the 0-2, and this time down on strike swinging. Elevated the fastball at 94. Morgan couldn't get around on it. 2 gone. Mahoney now with his 4th strikeout of the day, and we'll see Dylan Cruz. Cruz hit by a pitch in the first inning.
That was great work by Mahoney. 2 breaking pitches to get ahead 0-2, then comes with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball to get the K.
2 guys still at first, but now with 2 outs, they'll count on Dylan Cruz. And the pitch from Mahoney stays away outside, 1-0. Dylan, of course, hit by a pitch, extends his reach base. Has a 1-game hit streak. Able to get aboard on an infield single last night. The 1-0. Breaking ball across for a strike, 1-1.
He's now reached base in 35 consecutive games, all 31 games this year in the final 4 games of last season.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1 runner on at first base. Gamecocks lead 4-0. The 1-1, low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, it's been evident this weekend, and it's a good strategy, I think, for Coach Kingston and the Gamecocks. He's had very little to look at as Dylan Cruz. Of course, has been hit on a couple of occasions. 2-1, swung on and fouled right side. Evens a count 2-2.
Cruz entering this series, the nation's leader in batting average, the nation's leader in on-base percentage as well.
2 outs, runner at first. Cruz at the plate. Mahoney. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Great pitch by Mahoney. Dylan gave it a look, thought it was low, but it right there at the kneecaps. And Mahoney dealing his 5th strikeout of the day. His Gamecocks lead 4-0. Tigers are done. They go in order, or check that. They do get a man aboard on a walk. But not much to show for it. We move now to the bottom of the 3rd. Gamecocks lead 4-0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. The ammunition, unfortunately, was not stored separately. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. With safe gun storage, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too. Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too. Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps Love Has No Labels.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Bottom of the 3rd frame, home half here in Columbia. Dylan Brewer, left-handed hitter, will lead it off for South Carolina. The Tigers sticking with Ty Floyd. First delivery, fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gamecocks 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. They put the bat on the ball 1 time. The bases loaded. 2-run double down the line in right. Tigers walked in 2 runs to make it a 2-0 game. This pitch missing high. It's ball 1. 1-1. Brewer, by the way, grounded out on a great play by Jared Jones at first back in the first inning. Here's a swing and a miss. Off speed from Floyd, and it's 1-2.
Floyd's now thrown 56 pitches. He's allowed 4 runs with 4 walks in 2 innings. 1 hit, 1 strikeout.
1-2 in the air, left field. Morgan, though, comes back, moves up, and he'll have it. And 1 away. We start at the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll bring Talmadge LaCroix. LaCroix aboard on a walk in that 2nd frame, and one of the Gamecocks coming in to score. So with 1 down, Floyd to the plate. Breaking ball doesn't break, stays high. 1-0. Pitch to LaCroix. Fastball. This one high. 2 balls, no strikes.
All's quiet in the LSU bullpen at the moment, though. Griffin Herring now is just back up standing on the bullpen now.
2-0 pitch. There's a strike at the knees, so Floyd makes the count 2-1. 2-1 pitch. LaCroix launches to right field. Paxton Kling coming over. Closer to the line, but in fair territory. Plenty of room for out number 2. So 2 fly ball outs. It's what Ty Floyd known for. Pitch down in the zone. A la the Masters. LaCroix scoops it up, but right at Paxton Kling. So now we'll see Carson Hornung, the DH, board on a walk, did come in to score in that 2nd inning. Floyd to the left-hander. Swings and in the air, down the line, foul in left. Morgan giving chase, but it will bounce off the concourse out of play. And it's 0-1.
Floyd entering today's game did lead the LSU staff in most outs recorded by flyouts. He had 35 entering this contest.
The 0-1 just missed outside to the left-handed hitting Hornung. 1-1. Fouled back into the screen. So Floyd ahead here, 1-2, trying to make a quick inning of the Gamecocks. 2 fly ball outs to get it started. 1 to left, 1 to right. Floyd ahead in the count here with 2 down. Right-hander's 1-2 pitch. Missed high. 2-2.
He's recorded 4 fly ball outs so far today, so he now has 39 on the year to lead LSU in that category.
2-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Home plate umpire John Brammer says he went around on a pitch down in the dirt. So Floyd will record the strikeout. That's his 2nd Super One Food strikeout of the day. 3 up, 3 down for the Gamecocks here in the bottom of the 3rd. So good work by Ty Floyd. The Tigers now with some work to do on the offensive side. It'll be White, Beloso, and Jones due up when we head to the top of the 4th. 4-0 Gamecocks on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Now batting in the cleanup position, Jenny King, the king of clean.
Tiger fans, Janny King is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and even more proud to provide you, the players, and every fan that comes to a game here with a healthy stadium that has been cleaned by our team of professionals. Let us clean and disinfect your business. Go to JannyKingCleans.com now. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU has trailed this entire series thus far. Down 4-0 here, top of the 4th inning. Tommy White to lead it off for the Tigers. As Jack Mahoney has been good today, and this one swung on, sent to right field, and Tommy Tanks put one into the palms. A solo home run, and the Tigers are on the board. 11th home run of the season for Tommy White. And that's the start LSU was looking for. That cuts the lead for the Gamecocks, 4-1.
11 homers and now 51 RBI for Tommy White. Entered the series as the nation's leader in RBI and adds to that total.
So now Cade Beloso come to the plate. Cade was caught looking again, one of 6 on the weekend for Tiger fans, as the baseball thrown back in by the hospitable Gamecock fans in right field. Go out, retrieve it, toss it to our first base umpire, who then will hand it to a staff member who will remove it from the playing field. Mahoney delivers to Beloso, and it's a strike. 0-1.
It's just the second home run allowed by Mahoney this year.
Mahoney's pitch to Beloso, sent foul. Line drive towards the seats in right. Falls behind 0-2. Again, they'll incorporate the extreme defensive shift. LaCroix comes over. He'll play right of second base, the Gamecock third baseman. There's one infielder left of the second base bag as Beloso just got a tap on that delivery. A fastball at 93. And Messina almost held on to it, but Beloso will stay in there, still with an 0-2 count. Here's a sharply hit ground ball, but the shift works as LaCroix, the third baseman, playing right of second, right there on it. Goes to first in time. Beloso retired, one gone. We'll see Jared Jones.
That shift has been very effective for South Carolina throughout this series. They turned a big double play with it yesterday against Beloso.
Now they'll incorporate the shift to the left side of the infield with the right-handed hitting Jared Jones. The first pitch missed low. They'll rule down to first, and Derek Maliko says he went around, and it's 0-1. Jones, one of 3 Tigers caught looking today, part of Mahoney's 5 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball drops off the table, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch missed outside and low. 1-2. You're right, Bill. Mahoney's done a great job of, again, got the fastball 93, 94 miles an hour, and really switching gears. It's the 1-2 check swing, base hit off the bat of Jones. That time it beats the shift. With nobody at second base, he just puts it where they ain't. And a 1-out single for Jones. We'll see Jordan Thompson now, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out to the shortstop Wimmer in shallow left field.
Well, a nice piece of hitting that time by Jared Jones. Another breaking pitch from Mahoney. He's able to fight it off and bounce it into, or poke it into right field.
So a runner at first, one down. The pitch to Thompson on its way. Hit in the air, high and deep to left field. Going back, Brewer gets to the track, to the wall, and this one is gone. 2-run bomb for Jordan Thompson, his second round tripper of the weekend. And the Tigers now climbing back in this one. Cut the lead of the Gamecocks to 1. It's now 4-3 South Carolina.
Jordan Thompson's second home run in this series, his 4th homer of the year. Jordan now has 5 RBI in this series. LSU is right back in it.
So a one-run game now. That'll take Cole Messina out to the mound to visit with Jack Mahoney, who again has not given up a lot of home runs. Bill told you that a moment ago, just his third on the season.
Yeah, he came in just allowing that one home run. And he has been very effective in mixing his pitches and changing speeds and locating his breaking pitch. But LSU has solved him, at least in this inning.
That will bring to the plate Brady Neal. Caught looking. His first time up. Pitch inside, right at the belt. Missing for ball one. Tigers now with 4 hits on the day. 2 of those out of the ballpark in this inning. 1-0. Skips off the dish, and it's now 2-0 to Neal. Just 1 out. Nobody on. 2-1. Misses high with a fastball. Now 3-0 to Neal. To Brady. Missed inside, ball 4. Well, the home runs seem to have shook Jack Mahoney just a bit. Gives up his second base on balls, and that's going to bring a meeting now on the mound. The Gamecock pitching coach on his way out to visit with Mahoney and the South Carolina infield here. More personnel headed down to the bullpen for the Gamecocks. It's a 4-3 South Carolina lead. 1 out, 1 runner on here at the top of the 4th inning. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Fighting Tiger Baseball, the LSU Sports Radio Network, and streaming on the LSU Sports mobile app.
Back here in Columbia, Gamecocks led 4-0 after a 4 spot in the bottom of the 2nd. Again, heartbreaking considering the fact that 2 of those 4 runs walked in by Ty Floyd. Then a double down the line would drive 2 more in. LSU trying to come alive offensively. Had a little bit of a spark late in last night's game when pretty much the contest was decided, but determined to fight back here in game 2. Paxton Kling to the plate. The first pitch a strike from Mahoney, so the pep talk works, and it's 0-1 to Kling. Flight out to left field. Left center field back in the 3rd inning, his first at bat of the day. They'll have the shift on again to the right-hander. Jay Johnson going to call time, and he's wanting to talk to home plate umpire John Brammer here. Thought he was going to call timeout talk with Paxton, but there's something concerning Coach Johnson, so he wants the home plate umpire to take note of it. Not sure if it was the pitch clock. Hard to imagine what that was about. But a civil conversation nonetheless. 0-1 the count to Kling. Runner in first in Neal. Pitch to Paxton. Swung on, foul back into the screen. Ball's behind in the count, 0-2. Kling, a .333 hitter, limited at bats in SEC play. This is his 67th at bat of the year. When it comes to conference action on the year, this is his 20th at bat. The 0-2. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. I'll be honest, it hasn't been the best 2 games thus far for the umpiring crew, but it's been pretty consistently bad. Paxton happy to be up there swinging again. The 1-2. That one missed again. I'm not sure where, but.
And again, Jay's out in front of the dugout saying something to the umpire. I'm not sure what the issue is. Doesn't look like the pitch clock is being expired.
Kling now, 2-2 count with a runner in first and 1 out. Mahoney fires, just staying alive, getting just an inch of that baseball as Kling on the swing. Still 2-2. Things heating up here in South Carolina, things heating up in South Louisiana. And fans, remember, whenever you're ready to cool it down, count on Slow Melt Ice. Colder, cleaner, and longer lasting. Check them out, slowmeltice.com. 1 out, runner on at first. 4-3 South Carolina leads here in the bottom of the 4th inning, or top of the 4th. Here's the 2-2 to Kling. Misses high outside for ball 3. And the Gamecock fans getting a little angry here on the strike zone.
Paxton needs to take advantage of that zone right here. He may have gotten a couple of breaks to stay alive in this at bat.
One out, runner at first, and with the pitch clock winding down, Mahoney decides to just turn and toss to his first baseman, Casas, although Brady Neal had maybe a step off the first base bag.
That mound visit earlier was conducted by pitching coach Justin Parker, and Parker does have a right-handed reliever in the pen right now.
Playing at the plate now, a quicker throw over to first to keep an eye on Neal. Sliding back safely as the Tiger catcher. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes to Paxton Kling.
Right-hander Chris Veach is warming in the Gamecocks bullpen.
Kling, the freshman at the plate. 3-2 pitch. Jams him, pops it up, and it will come back our way out of play. Still 3-2.
Attaboy, Paxton, keep fighting. Drive that pitch count up. Mahoney's near the 80 pitch mark now.
Kling will take a wide stance from the right side of the batter's box here. 3-2 count, runner at first, 1 down. Mahoney to the plate, swung on and missed. Kling got maybe a piece, but held on to this time by Messina, and Mahoney records his 6th strikeout of the day and the 2nd out of the inning. Does get the Tigers to the top of the order. Gavin Dugas aboard on a walk in the 3rd. Again, had an unfortunate ball pitch off the bottom of the bat that rolled fair and grounded out to start the ball game today. 2 outs, runner at first.
It was in fact pitch number 80 for Mahoney.
Pitch to Dugas, in for a strike. Fastball at 93, and it's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Off speed, up in the zone. 0-2. Two down, runner at first. Pitch to Dugas, down in the dirt, 1-2.
Meanwhile, over in the LSU bullpen, Garrett Edwards, the junior right-hander, has been so great in relief this year. He is beginning to throw for the Tigers.
Dugas trying to keep the inning going. His Tigers down a run, 4-3. 1-2 pitch. High at the chin for ball 2.
Dugas looking for his first hit in this series.
Mahoney working from the stretch. Neal over at first for the Tigers. 2-2 to Dugas, and the fastball well outside. And that'll fill the count. So another full count. Mahoney's pitch count continues to go up. See if Dugas get the pitch he can drive. Nonetheless, just make contact, try to extend this inning. Payoff pitch. Folding, breaking ball, and Dugas almost out early, hesitated, and then the swing too late. And Mahoney records yet another strikeout, and the Tigers are done. However, they climb back in the game. 3 runs in the inning on 2 hits. Again, it's a 4-3 Gamecock lead. We head to the bottom of the 4th as Jay Johnson again, whatever is got him concerned, he's talking to the umpires between the top and bottom here of the 4th. Gamecocks come to the plate. They lead 4-3 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. You out-salesmaned the salesman. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll have the info you need to get more for your future. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to speeding past financial challenges, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
4-3 our score. Bottom of the fourth inning here in Columbia. Gamecocks come to the plate, leading it off. Second baseman Michael Braswell tried to lay down a bunt, advance runners, but popped it straight up. Ty Floyd took it on the fly for the out. Garrett Edwards takes over on the mound for the aforementioned Ty Floyd. And the right-hander delivers the first pitch to Braswell, a called strike, 0-1.
Garrett Edwards, junior right-hander out of Pitkin, Louisiana.
0-1 high and inside, missing, evens the count 1-1.
Well, he's been exceptional in relief this year. He's 4-0, 0.81 ERA. This is his 10th appearance out of the pen this year.
1-1. Outside corner, called strike. Fastball at 95. Gets Edwards ahead, 1-2.
22 and a third innings for Edwards. He's allowed only 2 runs on 13 hits, 4 walks, 26 strikeouts.
1-2 pitch outside. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braswell.
And opponents are batting just 163 against Edwards. He's allowed 1 homer on the year.
2-2 pitch in the air to right field. Kling having to go back, and on the run, one-handed grab, bobbled but held on to by the Tiger right fielder. Again, we talk about the speed Paxton possesses. That one hit right on the screws by Braswell. Claxton again from Paxton, able to make it look fairly easy, but had to reach the glove out there and able to squeeze it for out number 1. Now you've got Evan Stone coming to the plate. Number 9 in the order, got a board on a walk, brought in a run, or came in to score, I should say, in the second inning. There's a first pitch from Edwards, a called strike. Good Friday, Bill, as well as just found out National Beer Day here on Good Friday. No?
Wow.
Here's the 0-1. Sent back foul into the screen. So for those of you with Good Friday off, enjoying time with family, maybe away from work today. Obviously, it's key away from work. Lift one for Bill and I.
Sounds like a boiled crawfish party waiting to happen.
The 0-2, a breaking ball and fouled as Stone dribbles that one down the left field line. And Edwards ahead in the count, 0-2.
In fact, I know a group back home in Louisiana in Avoyelles Parish with a big crawfish bowl today. So those guys are having a good time.
The 0-2 from Edwards. Swing and a miss. 88 miles an hour, just drops away from the right-hander. Stone down on strikes, and Edwards records his first Super 1 food strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. Now to the top of the order, and Braylon Wimmer. Wimmer today, 0 for 2. A fly out to Kling in right. And it was struck out in the second inning by Ty Floyd. Edwards ready to go. It's a ground ball, slow bouncer. White over to get it. Third base, and it eats him up. Last hop. Got up into the grill and couldn't get a glove on it. And it looks like the Tigers now are going to be assessed another error, their second on the weekend. Again, a team that defensively this year has been stellar. Got to imagine that's going to be ruled an error. He only had to move a couple of steps to his left. It was a nasty last hop on a bouncer. So with 2 outs, a runner aboard, and that is assessed an error. Pitch now to Casas inside and low. So tough break for Garrett Edwards and LSU. Down a run, but with 2 outs, a runner aboard for the Gamecocks. The 1-0. Nice breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner to even it up 1-1. If you're out there listening today, you're on Twitter, why not send Bill? We're stuck here in the booth. Got no crawfish, got no beer. If you're out having a good time on Good Friday, enjoying the Tigers and Gamecocks, then snap us a photo. Let us know what's going on. We'll live vicariously through Tiger fans today.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
1 ball, 1 strike is a throw over to keep an eye on Wimmer at first. Here's the pitch to Casas. Fastball missed low, 2-1.
Hopefully that error will not change the complexion of this game. LSU seemed to be riding a crest of momentum until that miscue.
Got to put it behind them. Find this third out quickly against Casas. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Last time brought in a run. Here's a bouncing ground ball, but handled by Jones. Another nice play by the freshman first baseman. He'll step on the bag for the second time unassisted on the day. And that'll be the final out. Again, Gamecocks come up empty. No runs, no hits. One man left on, one error by the Tigers. And we go to the top of the fifth. It's a 4-3 South Carolina lead. The Tigers have Morgan, Cruz, and White, 2, 3, and 4. When we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original seasoning is Manda's strong side. But it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Fans, every Monday night we talk Fighting Tiger baseball at TJ Ribs. This coming Monday, it's the Jay Johnson Show, moving from 7 to 6 p.m. So make note of that. Be there this Monday. Coach Johnson talking about the Tigers. Beginning at 6 o'clock, TJ Ribs on South Acadian. If you can't make it out, tune in on Eagle 98.1 FM in Baton Rouge or the LSU Sports mobile app. Trey Morgan leads it off for LSU. He's 1 for 2 today. New pitcher on the mound. Chris Beach takes over for the Gamecocks in place of starter Jack Mahoney. And the first pitch, a strike to Morgan to make it 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, missing at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beach, of course, started his career at Presbyterian, a former Blue Hose. Now making his way from Clinton to Columbia, South Carolina to play for the Gamecocks as that one's fouled off. It's now 1-2.
He's 6 feet tall, weighs 195 pounds. Sophomore transfer from Presbyterian, native of Chapin, South Carolina.
1-2 pitch, slammed, one hopper, and it gets away from Casas, but he knocked it down. Will throw to first, covering is going to be Beach, and they'll say Morgan, who tried to slide in, will be out.
It hit the umpire. Otherwise, that's a double down the line. Hits the umpire, keeps it in play, and Morgan's out. Unbelievable.
Been that kind of weekend.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, the umpire is in play, but gosh, how unfortunate.
Tough luck. It came off the glove of Casas and then right off the body of Derek Malika and right back to Casas.
Wow.
One out. See Dylan Cruz. Pitch from Beach misses outside, 1-0. Cruz hit by a pitch in the first to extend his reach base streak. Caught looking rarely, but in the third, down on strikes. There's a swing and a miss. Evens it up 1-1.
Don't know how you put that one in the scorebook. Got to put the umpire, give the assist to an umpire.
Here's the 1-0 from Beach. Striking the outside corner. Wow. All right. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He went around. Now appeal to first, he did. Cruz down on strikes for the second time today. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Not much question about that one. So Tommy White, the Tigers started, solo home run there in the 4th inning to right field. Could use another here with 2 down. Pitch from Veach. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-1.
Veach is 1-0 this season, 2.25 ERA, making his 11th appearance out of the South Carolina bullpen.
0-1. Low to White. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In 12 innings, he's only given up 3 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, 17 strikeouts, just a 146 opponent batting average.
1-1. That's a no. Again, never assume anything. That's ruled ball 2. Like a pretty good pitch that time, but Tommy will take it. It's 2-1. Veach to the plate. Tapper foul, third base way. Evens a count 2-2.
Veach on the year has allowed just 1 home run this season.
2 outs, top of the 5th. White widens the stance, crouches low. The 2-2 pitch, way out in front, off speed, swing and a miss. Veach with 2 back-to-back strikeouts ends it for the Tigers. They go in order, the heart of the order. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. Gamecocks lead 4-3. Bottom of the 5th coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hub International is Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Hub can insure just about any risk that your business faces. Did you know Hub even insured the bonuses for our football coaches in 2022? Hub specializes in the construction, healthcare, real estate, and hospitality industries. Chances are you're probably already doing business with someone who does business with Hub. Turn to the agency that the Tigers, Saints, and Pelicans choose. Hub International. Visit them today at hubinternational.com.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ethan Petrie leads it off for South Carolina. His Gamecocks lead 4-3. The freshman stands in. Board on a walk. Bases loaded. Drove in a run. First pitch from Edwards. Inside and swung on. Foul tipped off the bat of Petrie, and it's 0-1. A walk in the first, hit by a pitch rather, to bring in a run back in the second inning. The 0-1, low and inside, slides him back. 1 ball and 1 strike. I want to send a shout out to David listening today. He's enjoying Good Friday on the coast. There's a strike at the knees. Good delivery by Edwards to get ahead 1-2. Shout out to Between the Stacks, listening in Washington State, although working today. Off the end of the bat, launched into shallow right center field. It will get down, and Petrie continues his tear this weekend.
Petrie with 9 runs batted in this series. That's his first hit of today. He had the 2 home runs in yesterday's contest. South Carolina has the leadoff man on. First time that's happened since back in the second inning, as Floyd threw a clean inning in the third, and there was just an error in the fourth, but no damage done. But South Carolina with an early threat here in the 5th.
Nobody out, runner on. Swing and a miss by Messina, who had a double. Driving in 2 runs with the bases loaded there in the second. Which at the time was the first hit of the day by the Gamecocks. They already were leading 2-0. That made it 4-0. Pitch missing outside from Edwards. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talk a lot this season about 1 through 6 in the Tiger lineup. Well, South Carolina impressive 1 through 6 as well. Make no mistake about it. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Messina with his second hit of the day, and now with nobody out, Gamecocks threatening, runners first and second.
Again, the ball was not hit especially hard, but Thompson was shaded over toward third base, and there was plenty of room up the middle, and it found the hole. Now this is a big-time threat for the Gamecocks.
So now we'll see Dylan Brewer. Brewer 0 for 2 in the 5 spot. Grounded out on a great play by Jones in the first inning at first base, and then a fly out to Morgan in left field. Pitch to the left-hander, showing bunt down the third base line. Edwards picks it up. Nobody at home at third. He wanted to go to third, but White was crashing in, and there'll be no play, and the Gamecocks, with nobody out, have the bases loaded. Maybe just unaware of the situational response in that particular play by Edwards. Again, a bunt to the left side. Tommy White saw him square to bunt. He came flying down the third base way. The bunt was just left of the mound, so Edwards able to get to it quickly and turn to third. Nobody there, but the umpire and the Gamecock third base coach as Jay Johnson comes out. Meet on the mound here with nobody out and the bases loaded.
Again, tough break for LSU as Edwards, it appeared, had an opportunity to get the runner at third base, but White just could not get back over there. Excellent bunt by Brewer to give the Gamecocks the bases loaded, no out situation.
So they lead by a run 4-3, but it's kind of been the story all weekend. Runners aboard, miscues by the Tigers, 3 passes. And now we'll have Talmadge LaCroix, the third baseman, who's 0 for 1. A walk in the second, came around to score when they plated those 4 runs. And with nobody out, Edwards in deep trouble. Slap to the gap, left center field. It'll bounce, get down. That will bring in Petrie to score, and it's now 5-3 South Carolina. Bases remain loaded and nobody out as the Gamecocks produce their 4th hit of the day. Just relentless. Got to tell you, if there are 5 better teams in the country, at least 4 teams better than this South Carolina here at home. Swing and a miss by Horning, the DH. Also is 0 for 1. A walk in the second, strikeout victim in the third. Bases loaded, nobody out. Righty on lefty matchup. Pitch misses outside, not by much, but it's 1-1.
Officially, the bunt by Brewer ruled a sacrifice and a fielder's choice, so not ruled a base hit, but he does get credit for the sacrifice.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Horning. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down low from Edwards. Gets him ahead, 1-2. Horning, by the way, 0 for 3 on the series. 274 hitter, the DH for the Gamecocks. The 1-2 outside in the dirt. Neal sliding over to block it up. 2-2. Now a 5-3 Carolina lead. Two-2 delivery down in the dirt again. It's a full count. Tigers have walked 2 runs in already. Now with a payoff pitch upcoming, nowhere to put Hornung, the DH. Still nobody out. Pitch from Edwards outside. Gets away from Neal, but that will bring a run in nonetheless. It's now 6-3 South Carolina. Third run of the game walked in.
It's now 5 walks issued by LSU pitching along with 3 hit batters. And I think Garrett Edwards may have hurt himself, which I don't know what more can go wrong for LSU this weekend.
Trainer comes flying out of the dugout as he was obviously in pain. Walking around the mound now is Jay Johnson going to join him, but Garrett Edwards looks like right now, just looking at his body language, doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue here.
This is unbelievable. Hopefully this is nothing serious.
Still talking it over, and now he's going to start walking back to the mound here. They may request if he wants to stay in, maybe throw a pitch or two to see about it. But no, now he's taking the glove off. Now he's bent over left of the mound. And it looks like they're going to have to make a change as the third base umpire now sprinting out to the bullpen for LSU. Wow, this weekend going from bad to worse.
So it looks like Griffin Herring will replace Edwards as Garrett walks off the field with trainer Josh Walker. Gosh, let's hope that's something that he can bounce back from quickly.
So, unfortunately, Edwards exits the game with injury. Griffin Herring will come in. So, it's a 6-3 South Carolina lead. There are no outs, and the bases remain loaded. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, with awesome John Deere deals by Sunshine, you'll never strike out. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available. When you're looking for excellent products to help you get the job done, look no further than Sunshine Quality Solutions. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons for You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons for You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons for You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Truly hate to be the bearer of bad news, but South Carolina not only leading 6-3, putting 2 runs on the board here in the bottom of the 5th after quickly loading the bases. They lead by 3 runs. Garrett Edwards, who came in relief of Ty Floyd, exiting the game after the last pitch, appeared to injure himself. They'll call upon Griffin Herring here with a pitching change, unfortunately forced by injury. Powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. It's been a tough weekend for LSU on the road, but credit South Carolina. It's a very good ball club. A lot of people coming into this weekend said, well, didn't play quite the schedule LSU had in the first 3 series where they were taking on 3 top 12 teams at the time.
Yep.
The Gamecocks coming in number 6. I know another poll had them as high as number 3, but this is an impressive group that Kingston has put together. Again, LSU's had some tough breaks, but they haven't helped themselves either up to this point. 6 runs on 4 hits for the Gamecocks, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error by LSU. And again, we wondered if that 1 error in this inning would come back to haunt the Tigers, and resoundingly, unfortunately, the answer is yes. Still bases loaded. Braswell at the plate as Herring takes over, and the first pitch, strike on the inside corner. Fastball at 91 for Herring again, who certainly has a bright future. Freshman left-hander can reach into the mid-90s with his fastball, and that will always play in college baseball. The 0-1 ground ball to Thompson. Thompson throws to Dugas at second. The throw to first on the relay in time for the twin killing. But Brewer comes in to score, and the Gamecocks extend their lead. They lead once again by 4, 7-3.
Griffin Herring, the freshman out of Southlake, Texas. He's making his 8th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with an ERA of 1.00 in 9 innings. He's allowed just 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts.
Evan Stone in the 9 spot. Walk in the 2nd, strikeout victim in the 4th. Pitch from Herring way outside and high, ball 1. Again, great to hear from Tiger fans enjoying Good Friday. Anthony checking in on Twitter on his way to my native state of Kentucky for the Easter weekend. There's a strike now to Stone. Evens the count 1-1. Enjoy the bluegrass, Anthony, and drive safely. 2 outs. Runner at 3rd. 1-1 count to Stone. Herring delivers a strike off speed just below the belt, and it's 1-2. LaCroix down at 3rd base. Herring. The 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Herring forced into action. It's the strikeout. Tigers turn 2 and try to limit the damage, but Gamecocks played 3 runs there in the bottom of the 5th inning to extend the lead 7-3. We got sunshine here in Columbia. Maybe that'll turn things for LSU offensively. Beloso, Jones, and Thompson 5, 6, and 7 due up when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit solarsupplyluxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Seven-3 our score. South Carolina has led throughout the series thus far. Won last night 13-5. Tigers kept the lead 4-3, but then again could not find outs. Loaded the bases. Gamecocks able to strike for 3 runs there in the bottom of the 5th. Leading things off will be Cade Beloso, the DH. First delivery missing from Chris Veach outside. It's 1-0. Beloso 0 for 2 today as this off-speed pitch misses low, make it 2-0. 2-0 from Veach. Good eye by Beloso. Had ideas, but that missed, I guess, low. It's now 3-0.
Veach came in relief of Mahoney to start the 5th inning, retired the Tigers in order.
There is 4 straight balls. That one misses high, no question, and Beloso will make his way to first. So a leadoff man aboard for LSU. That's the start they're looking for. Now Jared Jones stepping up to the plate. Had a base hit in the 4th and came around to score when the Tigers made it a ball game, scoring 3 in the top half of that frame. Jones average up to 360 on the year. Veach delivers. Missing high and outside. Again, suddenly the strike zone fairly tight here for John Brammer, our home plate umpire.
These are the final numbers on the starter Mahoney. 4 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts before leaving the game.
Runner at first, the 1-0. Way upstairs from Beach. So now 6 straight balls offered up by the Gamecock reliever. And that's going to bring another meeting by Justin Parker, the pitching coach, out of the dugout.
The Beach in the 5th inning looked really sharp. Now he did get some help on that ball that was sharply hit by Trey Morgan when it bounced off the umpire and the Gamecocks recorded the out, but he struck out Cruz and White with an impressive breaking pitch. He also worked very quickly and seemed to be into a strong rhythm, but 6 straight balls to start the 6th inning here, and see if LSU can take advantage and get back into this game and cut into this 4-run deficit.
Reminder, just like this winning lineup, Cintas has the all-star services for all your business needs. Everything from uniforms to kitchens and restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. Again, been 2 days of tough breaks for LSU. Number one, South Carolina is a very good team. That, I think, is a fact. But Garrett Edwards having to leave the game becomes very concerning, not only for his short relief outing here today, but the future. Pitching staff that is getting thinner and thinner by the day. This pitch moves the count 2-1 to Jones. So after 6 straight balls, a strike from Veach. Here's a swing and a miss off speed. Out in front on the swing is Jones, and he evens the count 2-2.
These are the numbers today on Garrett Edwards. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. But of course, the greatest concern is his health right now.
Runner at first, nobody out. Jones at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Again, off speed, way out in front. Jones down on strikes. Veach records his 3rd punch out. That will be the first out of the inning, and we'll see Jordan Thompson. Thompson, as Bill said earlier, one of the few bright spots offensively for the Tigers so far in this series. He's 1 for 2 today, including a 2-run homer in the 4th inning. That gave a little life to LSU. Had the 2-run blast last night in the 7th inning to try to get them going. First pitch way upstairs. Veach lost the handle on that one off speed. 1 ball, no strikes. Veach working from the stretch. Short lead off of first for Beloso. The 1-0 off speed again, misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. 7-3 Gamecocks lead by 4. Middle innings here in game 2. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Thompson couldn't decide to go around. Inside corner strike, and it's 2-1. Again, not much you can do with a pitch. Nicely placed that time by Chris Veach. Two-1 to Thompson. Swing and a miss. Again, right now the off-speed stuff working for Beach. Thompson nowhere close with that one.
Yeah, scouting report says the changeup is his best secondary pitch, and I think we've seen evidence of that so far in this outing.
Wouldn't shock me to see it again here. 2-2 count, runner at first. Beach fires down in the dirt. Likes to go with the breaking ball, and that'll fill it up now to Thompson. 3-2.
His fastball at 91 to 94, slider 83 to 86, and that change at 77 to 80 miles per hour, and he's been effective with it up to this point.
So a payoff pitch coming to Jordan Thompson on its way. Fouled back over our heads, out of play. Still 3-2. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer. See why Kubota, the #1 rated reliable tractor under 100 horsepower in the US of A. Just go to lsukubota.dealers.com and find your nearest Kubota dealer. Runner at first, 1 out. Thompson at the plate. Another payoff pitch and a ground ball. Bouncer left side. Foul. Still 3-2. Sign of a good team is Once you get a lead, a team makes a run, you're able to answer back. South Carolina has done that twice so far in this series. 3-2 off speed, but missed it high for ball 4. So LSU now with runners first and second, just one out. To the top, or rather to the bottom, near the bottom. Brady Neal coming to the plate, batting in the 8th spot. Caught looking in the 2nd, did earn a walk in the 4th.
Another right-hander is warming in the South Carolina bullpen. Tigers looking to get something going against Chris Veach. Cade Austin is the reliever in the pen right now.
Righty on lefty matchup as Neal stands in. First delivery. There for a strike. Floats it in at 78 miles an hour. 0-1. Beloso at second. Thompson at first. Just one away. Neal swings again. Off speed at 78. Way out in front of that one. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Again, way out in front. Nowhere close. 3 pitches, 78 miles an hour, and Veach getting it done. Second out of the inning.
Veach does a very good job in that his changeup delivery mimics his fastball delivery.
Absolutely.
The Tigers are just way out in front on those changeups.
Paxton Kling in the 9th spot. 0 for 2. A fly out to left. Caught swinging in the 4th inning. Runners first and second now with 2 down. Pitch to Kling. This time 85 mile an hour breaking ball just off the outside corner. 1-0. Pitch. There's the changeup, swing and a miss. 1-1. Runners first and second, 2 down. 1-1 to Kling. Breaking ball in for a strike. Paxton behind now, 1-2. Scary thought. Gamecocks have top of the order due up in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 7-3. 2 outs, 2 men on. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Veach dominating. He records his 5th strikeout in relief. And the Tigers strand 2 here in the top half of the 6th frame. 7-3. Gamecocks lead. 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up for South Carolina as we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Top of the order due up for South Carolina. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, they lead 7-3. They've led throughout this series thus far. 13-5, a winner last night. Got out to a 4-0 start here. The Tigers made it a 4-3 ball game, but Carolina answers back. Now leading 7-3 as first two offerings to Wimmer, missing low and inside from Herring. And it's 2-0. Wimmer 0 for 3 in the leadoff spot. Certainly a dangerous hitter, batting .331. Strike on the outside corner now will make it 2-1.
South Carolina 7 runs on only 4 hits.
2-1 pitch. Just barely missed him. Inside and low, ball 3.
They've taken advantage of 8 free passes issued by the Tigers.
3-1 delivery from Herring. Popped up left field way. Trey Morgan coming over, but now Dylan Cruz, as a little bit of wind brought it to the center fielder. He'll make the play for out number 1. So 1 down. Now you'll face Casas, who was 0 for 1, but he's had an impact. Hit by a pitch in the first, hit by a pitch again in the second with the bases loaded, brought in a run. They grounded out last time to Jared Jones down the way at first base. Lefty on lefty matchup. Herring fires low for ball 1.
So far so good for Griffin Herring. He's retired the 3 batters that he has faced. Got his first career SEC win a couple weeks ago when he defeated Arkansas in relief.
1-0. Breaking ball, not enough break. Misses inside, ball 2.
And he got his first career SEC save last weekend in the Tigers' Game 2 victory over Tennessee. 2 dominant innings. No hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts.
2-0 pitch from Herring. Same miss low. Griffin thought that was a strike. The Tiger dugout did as well. It's now 3-0 to Casas. Pitch. Missed, ball 4. Another free pass from this Tiger pitching staff, and with 1 out, Gamecocks have a runner aboard. Here comes Ethan Petrie. Petrie 1 for 1 on the day. He's reached base all 3 times. A walk in the first, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to bring in a run. Had a base hit and scored a run in the 5th. Runner at first, Herring the left-hander. Brings it to the plate. There's a strike just below the belt. Make it 0-1 to Petrie. Incredible freshman campaign so far. 15 home runs. Again, 51 runs batted in. The 0-1. Fastball again misses low, and Griffin Herring obviously not happy with that call. Slapped the glove, thought he had it at the knees, but it's 1-1.
Petrie and LSU's Tommy White tied for the SEC in RBI with 51.
1-1 from Herring. Off speed and sent back foul as Petrie just missed that one as he stares down Herring.
Petrie also entered today's game number 2 in the SEC in total bases, number 3 in batting average. He's having a heck of a year.
Runner at first, a 1-2 count. Herring fired, swung on, fouled, way out of play right side. Still 1-2. Petrie 12 walks on the year to 25 strikeouts. As Bill mentioned, batting .450. Base percentage at .511. Batting .429 with runners aboard. 1-2 off speed but upstairs, and leaving the count now to Petrie. 2-2. Tiger fans, get ready to taste victory with a Victory Grill from Barbecue Guys. Get your Victory Grill today. Become a backyard barbecue champ only at bbqguys.com. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch missing low, and it's a full count now to Petrie. More Gamecock fans making their way in about the 3rd inning, so not completely full, but a few more fans than we saw at first pitch. 3-2. Ground ball towards short, having to come in as Thompson on the short hop. He mishandles it. Throw to first, however, in time to beat Petrie, who was slow coming up the line. So a nice recovery by Thompson to get the 2nd out. Casas arrives safely at second, but it looks like we're going to get a challenge on that play at first. Reddit Thompson again took it on the short hop, having to charge in, playing deep in the 6-hole. Caught the heel of the glove, but a nice recovery by Thompson using that electric arm to make a play at first. Ruled out, but we go under review here. See if we get a look at it in the booth on our monitor. It looked in real time that he got the throw to first in time. Petrie, I think, again, was looking at Thompson, saw him mishandle the ball, maybe slowed up a little bit.
That had double play written all over it. Unfortunately, Thompson bobbled it. But did a nice job in recovering to record what we think is the out of Petrie, but no, they have reversed the call.
It is reversed. Acme Oyster House review goes in favor of the Gamecocks, so just one out. And again, the Gamecocks, who've had base runners virtually all weekend thus far, will have runners first and second. And Cole Messina coming to the plate.
We'll see now if they'll charge an error on Thompson, since the out was not recorded.
Runners first and second. Messina, the right-hander. Herring fires. High chopper to third. White going to pick it up at third. Throw to Dugas. Relay to first in time. This time they get the double play ball and execute. That'll end it for South Carolina. Again, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on for the Gamecocks. We go to the top of the 7th. Carolina leading 7-3 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a train. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
South Carolina had the top of their order up there in the bottom of the 6th inning. LSU able to avoid any more damage, keep the score 7-3 Gamecocks, and now LSU will have their top of the order start the top of the 7th as Gavin Dugas first offering from Beach misses ball 1. 1-0 outside for ball 2. 2-0. Dugas 0 for 2 in today's game, aboard on a walk in the 3rd inning. Again 0 for 3 last night in game 1 as this fastball misses high and inside. Quickly makes it 3 balls, no strikes. Dugas looking for his first hit of the series, and the 3-0 pitch, a strike from Beach. And Beach at times has had trouble finding the strike zone, but you look up, he's got 5 Ks in relief. 3-1 does miss for ball 4, so and LSU gets the leadoff man aboard. Dugas going back down the line, trying to send some messages to the dugout about keeping your eye on the baseball. So trying to help out the team a little bit after what he saw from Beach. And now Trey Morgan will try his hand as Trey is 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 1st inning but left stranded.
Just a heads up that Jordan Thompson was in fact charged with an error in the bottom of the 6th on that ball hit by Petrie. Fortunately, the Tigers overcame it with the double play.
2nd error of the day, 3rd of the series. Pitch to Morgan, squared to bunt. The pitch missed low, and he brings it back. It's 1-0.
Gamecock pitching has combined to strike out 12 Tiger batters so far in this game.
One 0 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Veach, as Bill said on the scouting report, his changeup the best secondary pitch, and that's been his go-to since coming on here for the Gamecocks. 1-1. Off speed but outside. And Morgan stays away. 2-1 the count.
Morgan saw the ball well against Veach in his first time to face him, but unfortunately he hit it hard right at the umpire and kept the ball in play, and the out was recorded.
2-1. Swing but foul down the line and out of play to the concourse in right. A lot of things, and we've said for years, you can come to a baseball park as many times as you like, and you might see something you've never seen. And that play for the Gamecocks against Morgan last time, one of those for me. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, but Morgan stays alive, gets a piece. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Came at him with that changeup again, but Trey was able to get a piece of it, stay alive.
Again, if you're not watching today's game, Veach has the same motion, same body language with the fastball that he does with the changeup. Makes it effective. The 2-2 popped up. Giving a look is going to be Messina coming back. But this one's going to drop in the seats in front of us. And apparently a fan did not make a play and going to be booed by the Gamecock fans. 1 for 3 for Morgan today. Tigers down by 4 runs, 7-3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at first. Pitch to Trey, missing low and inside. Full count now, 3-2.
The right-hander Austin warming again in the Carolina pen.
Veach from the stretch. Payoff delivery. In the air for Morgan. Shallow right center. Petrie coming in, and he's able to track it down for out number 1. Morgan retired. Dugas back to first base. We'll see Dylan Cruz. Cruz again last night for the Tigers, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Today he's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. And again, we'll have another meeting from Justin Parker, the pitching coach, who is sprinting out to the mound now. Maybe just talking strategy against Cruz. Gamecocks 7 runs on 4 hits. You add it all up this weekend, and again, I think the story of the game is LSU has given so many free passes, Bill, by way of walk, hit by pitches. Of course, as we mentioned, now 3 errors in the series. It's allowed the Gamecocks to get runners on base, and when that happens, they've been able to find the hit they need. Again, it's a weird stat line. Typically 13 runs last night on 8 hits, 7 runs on just 4 hits today, but they find the hits when runners are on the base pad.
9 free passes issued by Tiger pitching today. LSU issued in last night's game 8 walks and 4 hit batters, so 12 free passes last night, so 21 on the series.
First pitch to Dylan. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. Last week against Tennessee, Cruz a slow start to that series, but then finished strong, batting over 500 against the Vols. Went on a tear really in the last 2 games. Hoping that may be the case here in Columbia. That's a strike at the knees to make it 1-1. As Carolina again has limited Dylan to 1 base hit. That was an infield single late last night. Of course, he has reached base with free passes from the Gamecocks. The 1-1. Couldn't fully commit. They appeal to first. He went around, and it's 1-2. One out, runner at first. Gamecocks leading 7-3. Veach, the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Cruz stays away. Evens it up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beach stares at the plate, now delivers. Pitch just missed low. Great eye by Cruz. And a lot of confidence in the home plate umpire. It's now a full count, 3-2. Got the shift on to the left side of the infield here with a right-handed hitting Cruz. Payoff pitch. Runner goes, and a foul tap off the bat of Cruz. A breaking ball that was dropping down and away.
You can just see that the Tigers, when they're swinging at that changeup, they just look tentative. The last swing when Morgan dropped the fly ball into right field, he looked like he was not quite sure if he wanted to swing or not. And Cruz almost was fooled that time.
Another payoff pitch to come from Veach. 1 out, runner at first. To the plate. Runner goes. Popped up in the air. Foul territory. First base side. Casas going over. And he's got it on the track for out number 2. And Cruz retired once again. Able to get Dillon out 3 straight times here today. After being hit by a pitch early. And now we'll see Tommy White. Tommy had the solo home run to right field, his 11th of the season. You hate coming into games and at bats saying you need home runs, and it's almost coming to that point here. There's the first pitch strike from Beach, and it's 0-1. The Tigers have just struggled at the plate.
Yep.
4 hits so far today, 6 hits last night. And they've got 4 home runs. White swings and misses at a pitch down low and off speed. It's 0-2.
Tigers definitely need to go into the hurry-up offense, and that would be some long balls to try to get them back into this game.
So White with a runner at first, 2 down. The 0-2. Swing and just got a piece. Again, not the most confident swing that time from Tommy White either.
Yeah, they just look very tentative against Beach.
Wide stance for White. 2 outs and an 0-2 count. The pitch to the plate misses high, 1-2. Majority of Veach's pitches have been 85 and below, but he's been effective with 5 punch-outs. The 1-2 got loose, lost the grip way upstairs, 2-2. He wants a new baseball, and he will get it. Somebody might want to get the phone there. Could be an important call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at first. Beach again looks in, fires, chopping ground ball, but right at Wimmer, the shortstop. He'll step on second base, and that'll do it for LSU. No runs, no hits. No runners left on base. And we stretch it out here in Columbia. Bottom of the 7th coming up, and the Gamecocks leading 7-3 over your Tigers here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's 4 a.m. Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Dylan Brewer to start things off for South Carolina, bottom of the 7th. The Gamecocks leading 7-3 as Griffin Herring delivers, and on the hand, swing and a miss. And Brewer down in the count early, 0-1. Brewer today 0 for 2 in the 5 spot. Ground out, fly out. Board on a sacrifice in the 5th inning, came around to score. Breaking ball from Herring missing high, and it's 1-1.
2 scoreless innings so far for Griffin Herring. He's not allowed a hit. He's walked 1 and struck out
1. 1-1 to Brewer. Strike at the letters. Gets him behind 1-2. Brewer starting the inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for South Carolina. That fastball just missed outside. Again, Herring visibly distraught. Thought he caught the corner. Ready to load up the 2-2. One missing high and outside. It's a full count. Six walks, 3 hit batters today by Tiger pitchers, as this one's popped up off the bat of Brewer, out of play behind the plate. Count remains 3-2. That's really the story. In fact, you could make that the storyline, Bill, for last night and today.
Absolutely. I assure you that's the first thing that Jay Johnson will point to, is all the free passes.
3-2, misses outside. Herring again. Thought he got the corner, does not, according to John Bramer, the home plate umpire. And a leadoff walk to Brewer as the Gamecocks a runner aboard once again. 7th walk of the day by Tiger pitchers. He'll bring Talmadge LaCroix 1 for 2. Walk in the 2nd, scored a run, flied out to right in the 3rd, had a base hit driving in a run in the 5th inning. Showing bunt, brings it back. Neal going to throw down to first. It was in the dirt, but a great job by Jones to grab it with the backhand, keep it in front of him. Runner easily back safely. It's 1-0.
South Carolina has been a good running team this year. They haven't really needed to run so far in this series.
Here's a bunt, 3rd base line, dies in the infield grass. White throwing to first. It got away from Jones, but a nice job by Dugas backing him up. Keep the runners at bay, 1st and 2nd. Second beautiful bunt on the day by South Carolina. That one right down the 3rd base line, stayed in the grass, slowed it up. White had to come in. Going to be a tough play, and again the throw off the mark. So with nobody out, again, the immortal words of Led Zeppelin, the story remains the same. Runners 1st and 2nd. Gamecocks again putting runners on base with nobody out.
Looks like they'll go to their bench as Jonathan French will pinch hit a right-handed batter. He'll hit for Hornung, the DH.
Hornung, not a good weekend. One of the few Gamecocks who have struggled on the weekend, so they'll go with number 26, Jonathan French, senior. Started his career, played several seasons up the road in the upstate at rival Clemson.
LaCroix is credited with the base hit, by the way, on that bunt. And again, you said it, but what a great job by Gavin Dugas backing up the play, not allowing the runners to advance further.
French, 5'11", 235. He'll fill up the right side of that batter's box. Senior out of Lilburn, Georgia. Herring misses the first offering high and outside, 1-0. Runners 1st and 2nd. Tigers now moving the defense. Got Dugas closer to second base. right-handed hitter. Herring misses again with this offering. Not by much. Thought it was letter high on the outer half. And Herring again. You hope it doesn't get him between the ears, but he has certainly been upset visibly with some of the pitches he thought had found the strike zone. Two-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3.
And again, the umpire, Grammer, just not yielding that outside corner. Herring again visibly frustrated.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. That time outer half, and he'll get the strike. 3-1.
Riley Cooper, Tiger lefty, now warming in the LSU pen.
Runners first and second. No outs. Bottom of the 7th. Gamecocks lead 7-3. Swing and a miss. French tries his hand with a swing. That'll fill the count 3-2. Payoff delivery. Called strike 3. This time the inside corner in play, and French down on strikes. Big first out of the inning here. Punch out by Herring. That's his second in relief. Super One Food strikeout.
Great recovery that time by Herring after falling behind in the count to French and being frustrated with the strike zone. Recovers and gets a big time strikeout. Now the strike 1 has been called, this time on Braswell, for a pitch clock violation.
He looked surprised. He said, I was just trying to enjoy my walk-up song. I was about to dig in. Here's the 0-1. In the air to right field. It will bounce in front of Kling. They're going to wave. Nope. They'll put on the brakes for Brewer, who made the wide turn, but Kling whips it back into the infield. So Braswell with his first hit of the day. 6 for the Gamecocks. And now the bases are loaded again. How many times have I said that so far in this series?
Jay Johnson making his way to the mound. He does have Riley Cooper ready if he wants to make a change here.
Jay out there meeting, talking it over with Griffin Herring. Gamecocks have Brewer at third, LaCroix at second. Braswell with a single to right is at first base.
This appears just to be a strategy session as Jay is talking to the entire infield. Just of what to be aware of with Stone at the plate. And a runner at third base. Stone may lay one down as well.
So, talk it over. Coach Johnson headed back to the dugout. Evan Stone, again, this is where LSU has gotten themselves in a pickle all weekend, and that is bases loaded with no outs and 1 out. Close to flipping over the top of the order. Stone, a must be out for Griffin Herring. Gets him to swing and chase one up and out to make it 0-1. Stone got a board in the 2nd inning, scored a run. He's been a strikeout victim on 2 occasions in the 4th and 5th inning. The 0-1 again outside off the plate. Stone stays away, and it's 1-1.
Stone has struck out 5 times in this series.
One pitch, low and inside. 2-1. South Carolina team, the coach Mark Kingston went out, found some transfers, had some veteran players already here in Columbia. 2-1. Foul tip. Evens a count 2-2. Then you add Ethan Petrie, a true freshman, to this veteran lineup. And that's how you are currently 9-1 in the SEC and 19-0 here at home. 2-2. That's a called strike 3. Herring gets the second out with the punch out on Stone. That's his third strikeout. Super 1 food strikeout. And top of the order, Braylon Wimmer. Wimmer again 0 for 4. A board on an error in the 4th. Flied out to center and Dylan Cruz in the 6th inning. Still the bases loaded. Trying to keep it a 7-3 Gamecock lead here in game 2. Herring fires in the air to right field. Kling coming in and now going back and is on the track and has it for out number 3. Scary moment. Again, the wind blowing left to right. The Gamecocks again held at bay. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 3 men on. Tigers need some offense. 5, 6, and 7 due up. Beloso, Jones, and Thompson when we return. 7-3 South Carolina on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers! Hey, Baton Rouge, don't go to just settle for boring old frozen pizza for dinner. Head over to Fat Boys Pizza, where size matters. Come check out their large pies that measure 30 inches across, but the number scarcely does it justice. When you see their 30-inch pie, your whole world got smaller, and your idea of pizza got bigger. From delicious pizza choices, chicken wings, garlic knots, and so much more, stop by Fat Boys Pizza, located on Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge, or visit them online at eatfatboyspizza.com. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
7-3, South Carolina leads here in game 2. We've reached the top of the 8th inning. Tigers with 6 outs to work with here. Cade Beloso will lead it off. New pitcher comes in. Cade Austin will take over. Beloso and Jones, Thompson due up 5, 6, and 7 for the Tigers.
Cade Austin on the mound now for South Carolina. He is a sophomore right-hander, also from Chapin, South Carolina, 6'3", 230 pounds.
First pitch from the right-hander to the plate. Fastball whipped in there. 94 miles an hour on the inside corner. It's 0-1 with Beloso at the plate, the left-hander. Bring LaCroix, the third baseman, right of second base. They'll have 3 infielders right of the second base bag. Not counting on Beloso to go opposite field. They've got Wimmer playing close to second base on the left side of the diamond. 1-1 outside, 2-1. And you talked about it, Bill, that this offense for South Carolina leading the country in home runs gets all the headlines.
Yep.
This pitching staff's been impressive. 2-1. Outside corner called strike. What do you know? Can get a strikeout there.
In fact, Cade Austin also with very impressive numbers. The right-hander is 1-0 at 2.25 ERA, making his 13th appearance.
2-2 pitch. Low and inside. That'll fill the count to Cade Beloso. You take a look at this pitching staff for South Carolina. What stands out to me, Bill, 11 of the 18 pitchers who have pitched for the Gamecocks. First, the payoff delivery. Did he go? They say no, and it's ball 4. So Beloso able to hold back and a leadoff man aboard for LSU. 11 of the 18 pitchers who have pitched in a game this season have a under 3 or 3 or under ERA.
Yep. And their team ERA is 3.01, which is second best in the SEC behind only Tennessee.
The Tigers need base runners, down 4 runs. They get Beloso aboard. Now Jared Jones stands in. Pitch outside again. That outside corner to right-handers. That one missed off the plate according to my eye, but even if it's close, it has not been in play today. You can get it on the left side of the plate. Jones takes a healthy hack, but sends it foul to the seats, right side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Austin on the year has worked 12 innings. He's given up just 3 runs on 10 hits, 2 walks, 18 strikeouts at .222 opponent batting average. No home runs allowed.
Runner at first and the 1-1. Off speed. Well, maybe not. The left inside corner to the right-hander. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch. Couldn't fully commit, but he went around and appealed to first, and it evens a count 2-2.
Final line on Chris Veach, the reliever. He throws 3 shutout innings, no hits. He walked 3, struck out 5. Right now, he would be Carolina's pitcher of record.
2-2 to Jones. Outside with the fastball. That'll fill it up again. So back-to-back full counts here for Kate Austin. Tigers have struggled against the off-speed and change-ups here in today's game. So when Austin delivers to Jones, formidable right-handed hitter for the Tigers. The 3-2. Breaking ball off-speed, swing and a miss. Jones down on strikes for the 3rd time today. They'll bring Jordan Thompson. He's 1 for 3 here in game 2.
13 strikeouts now recorded by South Carolina pitching today.
And that's the difference I see between these two teams this weekend. Thompson with the pitch, and it's down low and gets away from Messina. Tigers will take a break there as Dugas will head to second base. So the Tigers now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. LSU staff, so many free passes, hit by pitches, walks, putting them in aboard, and then crucial clutch hits for South Carolina, the difference. And on the other side, South Carolina has silenced the bats for the most part for LSU through 1 game plus. 1-0 to Thompson. Missed the outside corner. 2-0.
Tigers thus far with 10 hits in this series, 6 last night, only 4 so far today.
Get something going here, top of the 8th. Pitch to Thompson. Well, that time the outside corner's in play, so 2-1 now to Jordan. Consistently inconsistent would be my appraisal. 2-1. That one's a ball and looked like the same place. Woo. Jordan will take it. 3-1. Again, basically for hitters, it means you really can't trust anything on the corners. Again, the Tigers have been caught looking a number of times this weekend. If it's close, I mean remotely close, you got to take a swing. 3-1 the count. Maybe he'll get something here. More than close. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, but foul left of third base. So now another full count here for Kate Austin. He's able to get Jones on the off-speed pitch. Dugas, or rather Beloso that is, walked. He's now down at second. 1 out. Runner at second. Down 7-3. Pitch to Thompson. Missed outside. Good take. Good eye by Jordan. And with 1 out, runners now first and second. Brady Neal is 0 for 2 today. Reached base in the 4th by way of walk, but caught looking in the 2nd. Struck out swinging to Veach in the 6th.
Another right-hander is in the South Carolina bullpen. All we've seen so far from them is right-handed pitching, and normally LSU has excelled against right-handed pitching, but so far in this series, Carolina's pitching has been the real story.
Timeout called as Messina goes out to talk with Austin on the mound. Fans, a reminder, TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue, home of the Jay Johnson Show, and the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics. They have every game all the time, to-go tailgate packages and event catering located on a Acadian Thruway and Segan Lane. Visit them online at tjribs.com.
The reliever in the pen now is Eli Jones, right-hander whom we saw for one inning in last night's game.
Beloso at second, Thompson at first base, both aboard by way of walk. Pitch to Neal, off speed but across the plate for strike one. If you're just tuning in, 7-3, South Carolina has led this entire weekend, have never trailed. Tigers made it a 4-3 ball game early. Another off-speed pitch from Austin, strike to Neal. No offering with the bat, and it's 0-2. But maybe the biggest storyline up to this point, Garrett Edwards, heralded reliever for the Tigers, had to exit the game with an injury. The 0-2 missed low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tigers have had some very tough luck with arm injuries this season. Grant Taylor injured a week prior to the season starting. That's been a big blow to this staff.
1 out, runners first and second. Austin's 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 outside corner. Brady Neal down on strikes, 3rd time today, 2nd time looking.
We're not expected to see Chase Shores pitch this weekend. His elbow is being evaluated. Hopefully he can return. If you add Edwards to the mix, that's 3 big-time holes in your pitching staff.
Braden Jobert will pinch hit. We saw him come in late last night. He was a strikeout victim. He'll get a chance here to bat for Paxton Kling in the 9 spot. Still runners first and second. Pitch from Austin. Ground ball gets through by a diving Casas into right field. Beloso made the wide turn, but they'll eventually hold him up. He'll head back to third. So the base is now loaded for LSU. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Potential tying run coming to the plate. Gavin Dugas. 0 for 2 today. 0 for 5 on the weekend. Did get aboard twice today by way of walk in the 3rd and last time in the 7th. But a guy who can certainly tie this up with 1 swing of the bat as he faces Kate Austin for the first time today. The pitch to the plate. Swung on! High and deep to left field. Going back to the wall. And it's gone! Grand slam for Gavin Dugas. What do you know? We are tied 7-all. First pitch sent to the seats in left field. You can hear the Tiger fans who made their way to Columbia cheering really for the first time loudly enough here at Founders Park. Tigers strike with 2 outs in the top of the 8th to tie this game. Here comes Trey Morgan. First pitch, a strike to Trey, and it's 0-1.
10th home run of the year for Gavin Dugas. Grand slam, 2nd grand slam by the Tigers this year.
Yeah, 1 misses outside. How many clutch, we talk about clutch hitters. How many clutch home runs has Gavin Dugas had in his career? The 1-1 ground ball going to be scooped up by Casas at first, and he will get to the bag to record out number 3. But the Tigers come alive finally in the top of the 8th. They played 4 runs on 1 swing of the bat by Gavin Dugas, and we are tied, headed to the bottom of the 8th inning, 7-7 here in Columbia on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. The ammunition, unfortunately, was not stored separately. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. With safe gun storage, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. for their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tied 7-7. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning as LSU relies on Gavin Dugas. They're able to load the bases. Very disciplined at the plate. Gavin Dugas drives one deep to left field. Grand slam, second of the year by LSU. Got a tie game 7-7. LSU now putting the baseball in the hands of Riley Cooper. She'll face the Gamecocks. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll start with Casas. He's been hit by a pitch a couple of occasions. Also reached base by way of walk. Drove in a run with the bases loaded when he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Cooper, lefty on lefty matchup. First delivery, a strike at the knees on the outside corner. And it's 0-1.
Lefty Riley Cooper making his 10th appearance of the year, his 8th out of the bullpen. He's 1-1 with a 5.66 ERA.
The 0-1 low and outside. Evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cooper in 20 2/3 innings has given up 13 runs on 21 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 20. He's allowed 2 homers.
The 1-1 just barely missed the wrist. Pitch inside from Cooper now makes it 2-1 to Gavin Casas. 2-1 from Cooper. Little tapper down the third base line is fair. Thompson, or rather White, picks it up, throws to first, just beats the runner to the bag. White threw me off with the pink armband. Joining Thompson as a crew member of the pink armband of LSU. But a great play as White had to circle back, run up the field as that one not much more than a swinging bunt, but a great throw to Jones, able to get the play. By the way, defensively, coming into pinch hit, you saw Braden Jobert. He's out in right field. And now here comes Jay Johnson out to visit with Riley Cooper.
He's got Gavin Guidry, a right-hander, in the bullpen. Not sure if maybe he just wanted Cooper to face Casas and then go to a right-hander. Jay, look, that appears the way, that's what he's going to do. He's going to bring in Gavin Guidry to face Petrie.
So, situational for Riley Cooper. You can thank his third baseman Tommy White for helping him record that out. So 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers going to make a pitching change. Gavin Guidry, the right-hander, coming in. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Step aside, back in a moment. Tie game 7-7, game 2 of this series on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's good to be able to make a change, to never feel stuck. That's why at Cox, we're making a change too. Now Cox internet plans are flexible, so you can choose to just go with internet, add TV tomorrow, or home automation down the line. It's easier than ever to get just what you want and nothing you don't. Flexible plans from Cox. Change anytime. No commitments, no penalties. See for yourself at cox.com/internet. Additional services can be added at then current regular rates. All services subject to residential customer service agreement and acceptable use policy. Restrictions apply.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
Hey, Tiger fans, don't miss out on the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available from Alex Box Stadium to your own backyard. The grass is always greener behind the wheel of a John Deere. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Little strategy here for Coach Jay Johnson. His team ties it up 7-7 in the top of the 8th inning from a Gavin Dugas grand slam to left field. The wind picking up very briskly here in Columbia. The flags whipping out just right of the batter's eye. As you can see the palm trees swaying down in left center field. So again, the clouds getting a little darker. We were told expect maybe some wet stuff around the 3 o'clock hour, and we are quickly approaching that.
It's coming. You can feel it. You can see it.
So now Gavin Guidry takes over for Riley Cooper with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. First pitch. Soft liner foul down the first base line from Ethan Petrie, who again Jay Johnson decided Cooper came in, got the first out of the inning. With Petrie coming up, Messina behind him, going to Gavin Guidry, the freshman right-hander out of Lake Charles, as the 0-1 ground ball hit the third, scooped up by White, takes his time, throws across the diamond in time to retire Petrie. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, you can feel the wind, and in the distance you can see the haze of rain coming down just north of downtown Columbia.
Nice start for Gavin Guidry, the true freshman. Recruited here primarily as an infielder, but LSU has needed him to step up on the mound, and he's done a nice job so far. 1-0 with a 1.93 ERA.
Cole Messina stands in. First pitch at the letters, called strike from Guidry. Fastball at 93. 0-1 to Messina, who is 2 for 4 today. A double with an RBI in the second, and a base hit came around to score in the 5th. Did hit into that double play to end the 6th inning, as this one misses high and outside. You can tell Messina kind of saying, that looked like the same pitch, Blue. Here's the 1-1. In the air to center field. Cruz, though, having to come in as the wind blowing it in towards right field. Diving, making the play in right is Joe Bear. Sliding on the knee. Off the bat, looked like it would be Dylan Cruz all day, but the wind blowing left to right. Cruz knew he couldn't get to it, and Joe Bear with a spectacular defensive play for out number 3, and we remain tied after we finish 8 here in Columbia. Got to move along before the rain drops. 7-7 our score. Tigers come to the plate. We're headed to the top of the 9th. Cruz, White, and Beloso on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Oh, man, I'm glad you're here. Sit down and visit with me, Mom. I'm making it all ready for supper with my family tonight. I can't wait to hug my grandbabies and pass a good time over some good food. Ooh, I better start my rice. You know, it seems like all the best meals start by cooking some rice. Cajun country rice, of course. It's what you gotta have when you're cooking with love. I pick it up down the street at the grocery store, and I can even buy it online at CajunCountryRice.com. Y'all stay and eat. There's plenty, yeah.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sauces and original seasoning is Manda's strong side, but it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
What an amazing game this one they call baseball. 7-7 our score. We go to the top of the 9th inning. First time the Tigers have tied this series up in a game. Trailed all of last night, got close, then got behind late. Today, got down 4-0 after 2. Made it a 4-3 game, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 4th. South Carolina answered 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers with a grand slam from Gavin Dugas to tie it up in the top of the 8th inning. And then Braden Joubert, tip of the cap to that young man, made a sensational play in right center field to record out number 3 as Cruz was ready to go to lead things off. And time called. Looked like the third base umpire, David Savage, wanted to call for time. Not sure why. But Cruz will dig back in. Dillon looking for something here today. Reach base, hit by pitch, but yet to get a hit. That one a strike as Eli Jones, who we saw last night, takes over for South Carolina here in the top of the 9th.
Eli Jones, sophomore right-hander, 6'1", 200 pounds.
Strike on the outside corner gets him ahead quickly over Cruz, 0-2.
Jones pitched an inning last night. He did give up the home run to Cade Beloso.
Jones, the 0-2 pitch. Just missed outside. Too far off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cruz. Dillon today 0 for 3. Again, hit by a pitch in the 1st. Caught looking in the 3rd. Strikeout swinging in the 5th. Popped up foul. First base side in the 7th. Look out! Sends the ugly finder into the dugout of South Carolina. They are all jumping out of the way as that one just above the railing caught the back wall of the first base dugout.
Jones last night worked an inning, gave up the 2-run homer, but had 3 strikeouts, no walks.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Cruz. Jones fires. Oh, whoa. Missed. Ball 2 off the outside corner. And again, LSU living dangerously because of the inconsistency on the outside corner. Cruz, a lot of faith in home plate umpire John Bramer there. 2-2 the count. Jones fires. Misses low. That's a full count now. 3-2 to Cruz.
Jones threw 17 pitches in last night's game.
So crucial to get runners aboard, get some momentum. The 3-2. Missed inside, ball 4. They walk Dylan Cruz. He'll reach base for a second time today. South Carolina's had the momentum so far last night and today. Dugas with that grand slam in the top of the 8th inning. Certainly not only a shot in the arm for LSU, but they got to put some pressure on South Carolina. Tommy White now comes to the plate. They'll put on the shift. A lot of real estate right side, and Tommy's got power to all fields. First pitch from Jones. And outside corner called strike this time. Flip a coin.
Wow. Jones on the year is 4-0 with a 2.39 ERA. This is the 11th appearance of the year, his 9th in relief.
Jones checks the runner, the 0-1. Hacked foul, right side out of play. Now Tommy White behind in the count, 0-2. Vance Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold, fights for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. Cruz at first on a leadoff walk. White, wide stance. The 0-2. Just missed the outside corner. Again, that's one of those that looked like it missed. So good eye by White. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch to Tommy. Again, cranked foul down the right field line. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes as White fouls off.
Jones has thrown 26 1/3 innings. He's allowed 7 earned runs, 19 hits, 32 strikeouts, only 5 walks. Opponent batting average of 192.
1 ball, 2 strikes, runner at first. Pitch to White. Off the end of the bat, little bouncer, and it will stay foul down the first base line. So again, White spoiling a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Jones. Come back, pick up the lumber.
The only home run Jones has allowed this season was the one he gave up to Cade Beloso in last night's game.
Again, Tommy White, the wind blowing as hard as it has all day with the storms appearing to move in, although we have some sunshine here covering the field at Founders Park at the moment. The 1-2 up the middle, knocked down by Jones at the mound. He will recover, pick it up, and toss to first for out number 1. And it does move Cruz into scoring position down to second base. A great job by Jones, who delivered the pitch, had the follow through, and then had to rise quickly and used every inch of his frame to get that in the glove to knock it down, and then did not go far It's kind of the way the luck has gone here for South Carolina. The ball does not get far away from them. Bounces off gloves, bounces off umpires.
All right, Cade had good luck against Jones last night.
He's got the wind in his favor at the moment, blowing slightly in, but mostly left to right. Cruz at second, pitch to Beloso, high and outside, 1-0. Jones, the right-hander, comes set, glances back to second. The 1-0 in the dirt, gets away from Messina all the way to the backstop, and Cruz into third base. So again, LSU trying to put pressure on South Carolina for the first time this weekend.
Looks like South Carolina will bring its infield in now. Try to cut off a run, the go-ahead run at home plate. Cade needs to lift the ball to the outfield at the very least.
2-0 the count to Beloso. Veteran Tiger at the plate. Pitch to the left-hander. Up the middle, base hit into center field. Cruz will score, and Beloso does it again. RBI single, and for the first time this weekend, LSU leads the Gamecocks 8-7 here in the top of the ninth.
Cade Beloso, as we said, good matchup last night against Jones. He hits a 2-run homer. Sees Jones again today, this time an RBI single to give the Tigers their first lead this weekend. Now Josh Pearson has picked up a bat. He'll pinch hit for Jared Jones.
So we'll see Josh Pearson. They go with a left-hander against the right-handed throwing Jones. Again, Cruz aboard on a leadoff walk. Tommy White would ground out to the pitcher, but advance Cruz to second. A wild pitch gets him to third, and the Beloso with the knock right up the middle. Cade at first, 1 out. Pearson picks up the bat, first pitch. Hammered foul, left side, out of play, 0-1.
Your attention, please. We've been informed of unsafe weather conditions in the area. If the weather continues to worsen, we'll ask you to please seek safe shelter. We'll keep you posted on this condition as it continues to be available.
Something tells me they are begging for weather. My goodness. 1 out, the 0-1. Pearson this time will foul it first base side. Falls behind 0-2. And I'll go back to last night. We arrived yesterday afternoon around 4 o'clock. There was a lightning delay. They moved everybody off the field. They didn't pull the tarp. They didn't cover the field. Top of the 4th inning, we get a lightning delay. They covered the tarp. The 0-2 hit up in the air, but again, foul out of play left side. Again, you knew when the tarp was pulled out, at minimum 30 minutes after the 30-minute lightning delay ended. And it was well over an hour, and both starting pitchers were scratched. And I don't care what you say, that's an advantage, South Carolina. 8-7, Tigers lead here, top of the ninth. Pitch to Pearson, the 1-2, again grabbed on the mound on a comebacker by Jones. Beloso off and running, and they'll double LSU up. Toss over to Casas, and the Tigers are done. However, they have their first lead of the weekend. 1 run on 1 hit. They leave nobody on. It's 8-7 LSU. Bottom of the ninth coming up. The Gamecocks will have 5, 6, and 7. Brewer, LaCroix, and French due up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach. working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team.
All right, no bumper here. Just bring me back.
Run by equipment people. Where others stop,
no bumper.
We continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rental, sales, parts, and service.
Back here at Founders Park, 8-7 LSU leads. Bottom of the ninth, Gamecocks come to the plate. It'll be Dylan Brewer to lead it off, the left fielder. Gavin Guidry, the freshman, delivers, and the first pitch swung on and missed for strike one. It's 0-1. Brewer today 0 for 2. Board on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Did get a board on a walk in the 7th. Guidry came in there in the bottom of the 8th inning after the first out recorded by Riley Cooper, and the freshman right-hander misses low to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the skies in the distance getting grayer and grayer, darker and darker. The wind has picked up. I've already made an announcement here. They're watching the weather, and I bet they are. Here's the 1-1. Guidry just misses outside, 2-1. Last night, game halted for an hour plus due to a lightning delay. 2-1. Strike on the outside corner to the left-hander. A little surprise and a little gift there, but Guidry will certainly gladly take it. 2-2 now the count to Brewer. I'm told that lightning strike was 7 3/4 miles away from Founders Park as this pitch misses high, 3-2. Again, within the 8-mile rule. But really no threat of rain at all last night. Just a little storm crossing the north part of town. Here's the 3-2, and staying alive as Brewer fouls it off. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th inning. Tigers lead for the first time this weekend. Gavin Dugas with the grand slam in the top of the 8th, tied it at 7. Cruz aboard on a walk. Beloso delivers an RBI single up the middle, and the Tigers take an 8-7 lead. Brewer, the left-handed hitter, awaits. Guidry, the right-handed hurler, now will wind. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Got him with the bender, buckled his knees, and Brewer down on strikes. Big-time pitch. And big-time Super One food strikeout for freshman Gavin Guidry. Talmadge LaCroix now will stand in. He's been effective 2 for 3 today. Aboard on a walk in the 2nd. Base hit with an RBI in the 5th and a single in the 7th inning. First pitch, little soft fly ball into shallow right field. Gets out of the reach of Morgan, who will pick it up on the hop from his knees and throw into the infield to limit LaCroix to a single. But just a bloop single there has the Gamecocks a runner aboard. Potential tying run. And to the plate we will see Jonathan French, the senior transfer, former Clemson Tiger. Now they'll go to a pinch runner in for LaCroix. They'll go to Will Tippett, freshman out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. So they'll put a little speed on the base pads here with 1 out. 8-7 LSU lead, bottom of the 9th. French, the right-handed hitter, strikeout victim, caught looking in the 7th inning. Guidry fires low and outside, ball 1. Joe Bear, who made the play in right center field to end the bottom of the 8th, moves to left field as Pearson came in to pinch hit. He's in right. How about a double play ball here? The pitch missed the outside corner at the knees. 2-0. Tigers have given the free passes today. Gamecocks beneficiaries of 7 walks, 3 hit batters. Here's a throw over by Guidry, and getting back is Tippett, the pinch runner. Now time called by the home plate umpire as French wanted time. Now they're set to go. 2-0 the count. With 1 out and a runner at first. The pitch from Guidry. Got him to go. Chased a pitch that dropped off the table. That'll make it 2-1. 2-1 delivery. Fouled back into the screen. It's now an even count, 2-2. It's Guidry, the young freshman from Barbe High School. Talk about big stage in his early career. Runner at first with 1 down. 2-2 pitch. Another breaking ball called strike 3. French down on strikes. Guidry with his second Super One Food strikeout. 2 down, 1 to go for the Fighting Tigers here, leading 8-7 in the bottom of the 9th. Michael Braswell will come to the plate. Had a single in the 7th inning. Hit into a double play, 6-4-3 in the 5th. Popped out on a bunt attempt in the 2nd and lined out to right field in the 4th inning. Guidry, a throw over as Morgan again taking over at first base for Jones. The throw a little low, but Morgan able to put a glove on it. As they keep an eye on the pinch runner, Tippett at first base. Guidry's first delivery in the dirt, blocked up nicely by Neal. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the wind blowing in, rustling the papers here inside the press box. The 1-0 from Guidry. Breaking ball just missed the inside corner. Nice looking pitch, but a little inside. It'll make it 2-0. Braswell, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, batting .216 on the season. Tippett, the pinch runner, off of first. Guidry's 2-0 pitch. Low and outside. 3-0. Expect Braswell to be on the take here as, again, momentary time called. Guidry stepped off. Now he'll step back on. 3-0. Pitch to Braswell. Strike on the outside corner. Braswell had an idea that might be ball 4, but again, it's a flip of the coin on that outside part of the plate to the right-handers today. 3-1. 2 down. Bottom of the 9th. Pitch is low, and that'll walk Braswell. Now the Gamecocks runners first and second. It'll be Evan Stone expected to come up to hit. Let's see. Looks like they'll go to a pinch hitter here, and Caleb Denny, junior transfer from Oral Roberts out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, Denny out of Oklahoma, an Oklahoma native. Time called. Jordan Thompson going to come in and talk to Gavin Guidry behind the mound here with 2 down. Gamecocks threatening, runners first and second. They trail by a run here in the bottom of the 9th. Denny, a .225 hitter. Tigers will institute the shift. Thompson just left behind the second base bag, the shortstop. They've got Dugas playing deep. His feet are on the right field grass. Breaking ball from Guidry gets him ahead 0-1. Tigers need 1 out to even up this series. The 0-1. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Pitch dropped off the table, and Denny had ideas, couldn't hold back, and now Guidry ahead in the driver's seat. 0-2. 2 outs, runners first and second, bottom of the 9th. Tigers lead 8-7. Guidry's 0-2 pitch just missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a good 0-2 pitch, but credit the discipline of Denny at the plate to stay away. Still ahead is Guidry. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tippett, pinch runner at second. Braswell on a walk at first. The 1-2 pitch missed the inside corner. The breaking ball a little too far in to Denny, and now evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And again, the sun is out here at Founders Park. In the distance, not so much. 2 outs, runners first and second, bottom of the 9th. 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Denny stays alive, still 2-2. Again, they have the shift on for the left-handed hitting Denny, right of second base. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tigers win. Tigers win. They even up the series with a comeback victory here in Game 2. 8-7 the final. The Tigers trailing all last night. Tigers trailing all today. Until the top of the 8th inning when Gavin Dugas went yard for a grand slam to tie it up at 7. Cade Beloso with the RBI single made it 8-7. And Gavin Guidry, incredible job by the freshman reliever, shuts it down here in the bottom of the 9th. Tigers get the win. They move to 26-5 on the year, 7-4 in SEC play. For South Carolina, handed their first loss here at home on the year. 28-4, now 9-2 in conference action. The plan coming up an hour from now. Game 3 hoping to get underway in this series. We'll see if the weather allows it. But right now, celebrate a Tiger victory. 8-7, they beat the Gamecocks. More coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Excuse me.